I see. No, no, don't go there because you guys are always. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. I had to like quickly run around in my Airbnb because I had to find me a nice little wig to like look good for the camera. So I have a lot to say because I did just finish watching the P Diddy documentary. Well, actually, I watched it like 2 days ago, and I needed some time to process it. But hold on, is my wig on straight? Anyways, hi, my loves. It's Destin Choice, and you watch Your Choice TV. And today I'm really ready to go in about the Diddy documentary because I did watch it, and there were some things that did kind of rub me the wrong way and piss me off. And I kind of wanted to get on here and discuss it. Oh my God, someone said they got lobster mac and cheese. Damn, bitch, you got fucking money. You know how expensive lobsters are nowadays? That's amazing. But yeah, I'm happy everyone's in here. Thank you for everyone that came in, showed love. Thank you for everyone that liked the live. But let me just get right into the point because I got a lot to say. Uh, First things first, the Diddy documentary, if y'all didn't know, released on Netflix recently. Give me a second. It released on Netflix, and there's a lot to say. So I got a lot of my notes together, and I wanted to address a lot of things. First of all, let me just say this: I've had a lot of opinions about Cassie. You guys know I've done lives in the past addressing Cassie. Um, I've always kind of looked at some of the stuff Cassie said, and there were times where I would just be like, using my discernment, I'm reading some things that she said, and all I can think to myself is this: is I think Cassie was definitely a victim. That's something that you can't deny. I mean, you saw the way he bopped, twisted her, turned her in that fucking hallway. Like, there's just no way that anyone can sit up here and say, "No, Cassie, this Cassie, like, she's a victim." But then I had my moment where I thought to myself, "How the fuck was she able to facilitate hookups with escorts?" She was also accused by the escort that appeared in the documentary, because there's an escort in the documentary that legitimately said, "Yeah, I remember back in the day, Diddy and Cassie literally used to give me a whole bunch of baby oil, lather baby oil on my body, and there were times where like I would tell Cassie, "Oh, here's the baby oil I put on," and she would say, "Oh no, that's not enough," and she would immediately squeeze it and drizzle it all over my body. Then he also claimed that there was GHB in some of those baby oil bottles, which is so interesting because, as we all know, a lot of the stuff that was in Diddy's home was seized. There was a lot of shit that he had in his home when he got his home raided, and basically a lot of the stuff he had in his home were like a bunch of recordings because he had cameras all over his home. Diddy was the kind of person that recorded everything. And that, to some degree makes me understand more and more why some people were scared to speak up because, let's say you spoke up and then before you know it, there's like a video of you doggy style on like, an explicit website. Like, who knows what he could have done if he filmed you. On top of that, Cassie did come forth and say that she was filmed doing some inappropriate things. So it does make sense why she didn't come forward. She probably thought, oh my God, if I say anything, then eventually I'll look stupid, I'll look bad, I'll look like this. But then sometimes I think to myself, but you were also an accomplice because if you were his girlfriend back to back for 10 years, there's no way in hell you didn't have no secret recordings, no secret text messages. You don't got nothing in the back of your mind. Like, you don't have nothing. A piece of me thinks to myself that two things can be true at once. She was a victim, but she also was an enabler and an accomplice to a lot of his bullshit. She was an accomplice to where he was abusive to other people, when he was violent towards other people. She was an accomplice and she knew how shady, how much of a fucked up businessman he was. But in her head, it was like, oh, it's okay, daddy. I'll do whatever you say or you want. But she was just surviving in a fucked up system. I can't really blame Cassie. Like, looking at my notes, it's hard for me to look at Cassie and blame her for a lot of the stuff she was going through because, again, how can you? She was just trying to survive. Who knows what the fuck she was going through financially to where she felt like she had to constantly rely on that man. And he was evil and conniving, and he was the type to literally pull up on her, intimidate anyone she dated, try to scare off anyone she talked to. He was essentially a control freak. And they were getting down. There was an escort where, if y'all didn't watch that documentary, that escort had a lot to say. And there's rumors going around that he's also trying to like sue Cassie because apparently there's a rumor that he's out here trying to like sue her because there was a baby aborted without his consent. And apparently he claims that Cassie gave him a transmitted illness and a bunch of stuff. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. And there hasn't really been any like filed litigation yet. Like, I don't know, like maybe I'm missing something, but I haven't found anything online that suggests that he actually has a filed civil suit against Cassie. And even if he did, because she got an abortion or because she gave him an STD, he would need extensive proof of that. So even if that was true, because there are rumors and headlines that are going around, he would need proof of that, and that would probably get dismissed within minutes. So thanks for the super chat again. I appreciate the 99 cents, and thank you everyone that's liking the live. So the next thing I want to say is this is I want to talk about this. Aubrey O'Day, right? So Aubrey O'Day is the girl who made that song, "A Showstopper," a showstopper. I didn't listen to their music back in the day. I just enjoyed Diddy yelling at them, cussing them out, and making them get him some fucking cheesecake. That's what I know from Danny Kane. And I know that song Showstopper. She was the main lead white girl, and she was basically groomed to be the Beyonce of the group, right? Basically with Aubrey O'Day, she says something in the documentary that rubbed me the wrong way that I found was also interesting as well. So I'm gonna actually play an interesting clip of what she said. She claims that somebody actually witnessed her. Well, no. She claims that somebody else claims that they witnessed her getting. Basically, somebody allegedly saw Aubrey O'Day getting a tran rain on her while she was inebriated and wasn't in her right state of mind. So let me try to find this shit real quick. Let me try to find this shit. Okay. Here we go.
When we're sitting here, you see what happens. There are emails.
Okay.
I had a lawyer reach out to me.
Okay, listen.
I had a lawyer reach out to me in regards to an affidavit that they had received from a person that was allegedly a victim. Used the bathroom. I had forgotten which door the restroom was in, so I went down the hallway and I kept open. I had.
Hold on, and let me play the second part as well. Sorry about that. Let me try to find this shit. Because a lot of people aren't talking about this particular part, right? So she's reading an affidavit of somebody claiming that somebody walked in on her having a train ran on her by Diddy. Let me try to find this shit. Hold on. Let me try to find this shit. Give me a second. Hold on.
I had the same.
Boom. Hold on. Fuck. Okay, here's the rest. Sorry.
Never been an issue with me. She was naked from the bottom half, and because I don't know the dynamic of the situation. Well, fuck, I don't know the dynamic of that situation either. Not to my memory. I did what I was told, minded my business, and went about enjoying my night with my friends. Don't drink at all. A lawyer reach out to me.
Part 3.
In regards to an affidavit that they have received or been an issue with me.
Okay, sorry about that.
Well, fuck, I don't know the dynamic of that situation either.
Y'all keep listening.
Not to my memory.
This is the shit I have a problem. I have an interesting
situation.
So I'm sure some of y'all got to listen to that. Sorry, I thought it was a roach crawling up my leg. I'm currently in a basic Airbnb in New York, but it's okay. I'm back to what I was saying earlier. Basically, Aubrey O'Day said in the documentary, for those of y'all who did get a chance to watch it, that she got reached out to by an attorney, and basically one of his victims, Diddy's victims, basically said, well, I'm a victim of Diddy as well, but I also know that I saw him do some nasty stuff with Aubrey O'Day while she was not in her right state of mind. Aubrey O'Day said that she didn't really have a bad drinking problem back then, so it probably wasn't alcohol. But she literally says, I don't have any recollection of that at all, and I don't know if she's telling me the truth. But if she is telling the truth in her affidavit, dragging me in this, then so fucking be it. Let her share it. And I'm kind of iffy about that because sometimes I think to myself, she says she blocked a lot of things out within that time period. Why? Unless there were some really, really awful things that she doesn't want us to know that did happen to her in the industry. We also find out because she finally went public and never talked about it. but she talked about how Diddy has made advances towards her. She claims that before that infamous moment, because as we all know, Diddy famously fired her on making the band, right? He famously fired her and he famously embarrassed her. Like most of us know Aubrey O'Day from that infamous scene where Diddy basically said,
and you want us to sit and trust that we'll just never know when you're going to make a move. That's what we have to do. No, you don't I'm just asking. I'm saying you don't have to. That's the beauty about America. You can leave. I don't have no shackles on you. Look, and I don't have no shackles on nobody. You can leave. If you don't like the way I do business, you can leave.
Oh, yikes.
But it wasn't even that deep. You're making it that deep. I'm not making anything. You are because you absolutely not. So now let's get to me. The vision that I had for the group, this ain't the vision that I'm on. You know what I'm saying?
All of a sudden he switched up and he had a problem with the group. And all of a sudden,
in this situation.
He basically said Aubrey O'Day was a hoe. This was like way back in like I think this was like 2009. This aired.
No, I don't think anyone has been happy for a long time in this situation. Okay, so you can go too.
Ooh, yikes! He famously threatened to fire one other member, and he fired Aubrey O'Day straight up and told her she can go. He basically famously fired her. He embarrassed her ass on national TV, and that's what a lot of us know Aubrey O'Day for.
All right, because I don't want him to have this conversation. And anybody else that want to go with her could go with her.
He fired her on TV. Awful, just terrible, embarrassed her and put her on the spot. In the documentary, she said that she believed she was fired because right before that, Diddy in the early 2000s was sending her disgusting emails, saying all types of crazy stuff such as, God bless P. Diddy. Oh my God, I'll do some crazy things to you. All you got to do is just submit and do whatever I want. I want to do some nasty, freaky things to you. She was reading these emails in the documentary about how creepy and how much of a disgusting man he was. And she feels like because she kind of didn't take him up on his advances and she completely ignored the emails, even though he emailed her multiple times throughout the years, calling her a bitch and a washed up artist and she ain't shit. And, you know, come to daddy, come do this, let's do that. She believes that's a big reason why she got fired because she never ever went out of her way to hook up with Diddy. That's what she says. And I remember a couple months ago, Aubrey O'Day, she did a podcast, right? And Aubrey O'Day did a podcast. I wish more people talked about this, right? She did a podcast and she basically said in a podcast a long time ago that a big reason why she feels like she was fired is because she didn't give Diddy what he wanted. And this was months before the documentary even came out. This was like literally what? This was like back in May, like literally what, last spring? Hold on.
Why did the band break up? Diddy fired me on the sixth, I think it was the sixth season. At the very end, he fired me. Why? Not for the reasons he said on TV.
Yikes. Y'all heard that?
What did he say on TV? On TV, it was like, to sum it up quickly, it was like, you're wilding out. I was hanging out with Kim Kardashian. Mm-hmm. We were best friends. He thought I was like, he basically like told me I was going in a hoe direction and I needed to like cut ties with everybody. So that was the public facing commentary as to why wild hoe, rebellious, you'll never work again was kind of like the last few interpretations of me. What the truth was is what you can imagine. I don't know legally.
Listen closely. Listen closely. Listen. This was back in May.
It's everything you could imagine why somebody would want to fire somebody. Can you give us a little? I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas. Mm-hmm. And were other girls doing? I was the only one that was in those types of positions. Wow.
So back in May, last spring, Aubrey O'Day even said she was propositioned. He gave her advances. And again, she read a lot of these weird, disgusting emails from the early 2000s of the documentary. And sometimes I think to myself, interesting. So she claims in the documentary when a victim came forth and said, I saw Diddy with my own eyes running a train on Aubrey O'Day while she was out of her mind and she looked dead in her eyes. She says that she literally does not remember. She didn't say yeah or no or ugh, like no. Like she says, I don't remember. She says that she blocked a lot of stuff in her life, which tells me that she probably was doing a lot of drugs, like a lot of coke, a lot of whatever. So who knows what she was on, or who knows what she was pressured to be on. But when I hear that kind of stuff, when she says, I don't recall, I don't remember anything, if that's what she says happened, then that's what she says happened. I hear that and I think to myself, what the fuck? Why can't she just say, I'm gonna try to see if I can remember? Or, well, there was this one time, like she don't have no recollection of nothing, just I don't recall. This is just what that person said. She might low-key remember some things, but doesn't want to admit it. And I say that about Aubrey all day because you remember some shit. You just don't want to say anything because you might get dragged into more headlines. But I started to like think about it deeply. I had to like literally think about it and process it. And I'll think to myself, why would Aubrey O'Day sit there and be like, I don't have any recollection of me being gone out of my mind and letting Diddy and another man take advantage of me in a whole other room? Aubrey O'Day is probably saying that because the minute she says, well, I think, well, this one time, this and that, immediately it turns into a headline and she gets dragged into legal issues. And then it turns into people making up lies and rumors, and she got to send cease and desist out. Then she got to over here like clear her case, clear her name, and then it turns and it spirals into more shit. And Aubrey O'Day, mind you, she was going to go to law school. You know, she's very well spoken and educated. She knows that this would have turned into something ugly for her if she outright said, "I don't have any recollection of that, and it's not true." Her saying I don't recall tells me that she's just worried about self-preservation. She's worried about that if she says something, then it's gonna be some shit where it's like, okay, well now we need to drag you into this and this, that, and third. And now we got more questions about you about this, since people are accusing your ass of being sexually assaulted. Now we need this. Her saying, I don't recall, I don't remember, it's legal strategy. It's a legal strategy to protect herself from being dragged into more chaos. So that way she can also flip it. If she ever does want to come forth into her story, she can flip it and say, okay, well, I went to therapy and I reprocessed it and I realized it is true. She's a victim that doesn't want to tell her story yet. She's not ready to come forth. Some people who are victims of assault or being mistreated, or people pressing them sexually, some people aren't ready to just outright come forth and say, yeah, that happened, this, that, that. Some people rather just like take it in, process it, and just be like, okay, now I'm ready to expose it. Or some people take their SA situations to the fucking grave. Some people aren't open and expressive about stuff because some people just don't want it to be thrown in their face. Sometimes in life, what really sucks is this, and it kind of relates to the Cassie thing. You have to sometimes differentiate in life what's worth telling and what's worth sharing. And you have to ask yourself, bless me, is it worth sharing? Sometimes you got to ask yourself, will it hurt you or help you if you're transparent and open? Same thing goes for Cassie. Sometimes I look at Cassie and I think to myself, I feel like she literally shorted us with information. Like Cassie legitimately shorted us with information and told us, yeah, he's this, yeah, he's abusive, yeah, he did this, yeah, he did that. Basically, I feel like her lawyers prepped her and told her straight up, you need to be able to make it clear that he is an abuser without incriminating yourself as well. Yes, you did help him facilitate prostitutes. Yes, you did organize stuff. Yes, you did help him bring drugs into different places and do different things. And yes, you do know of other people in the industry that are also predators and monsters as well. But you need to make sure that you do what you can to protect yourself. I think that was like the goal of her lawyers. Her lawyers basically told her, bitch, you're not innocent. And Cassie, since you ain't fucking innocent, you need to do what you can to protect your image and your brand. Take the money and go silent. Because people think that Cassie was the one that because that's why I say like sometimes you guys can't always get your information from TikTok or headlines because we live in a headline society. Cassie wasn't the one that was trying to pursue get him in jail for a long time. She told her story, she testified, yeah, she got emotional, yeah, but that was because it was the state trying to press charges against him. It was a bunch of people coming forward. She got a settlement. Cassie never got to like pursue shit like that. A lot of statutes of limitations went by for her, and then on top of that, Cassie, there was nothing else Cassie could really do. Like she took the fucking money, she got the settlement, and then she went ghost. And then she testified to make it clear that he is a monster and should get a hefty sentencing. So back to Aubrey O'Day. Something happened to her. She knows something happened to her. She's just not ready to tell her story. So it's just self-protection. And it's smart because it's psychological. It's kind of like when somebody gaslights you. Like you ever had somebody gaslight you and say, I don't remember. I don't remember that. I don't remember. I don't remember. Like you ever just like try to talk to your parents or a friend that did something weird and you're just like, you don't remember when you did that and you did this one time and that and the third, da, da, da. and they'd be like, I don't remember, I don't remember, I'll remember. Like that's like a defense mechanism that people use to keep control of the energy. Those are usually people that are fearful of being judged or being scared that if they say something, it'll just be thrown right back into their face. Sometimes when you share too much, some people are terrified of it being thrown back into their face. And when it gets thrown back, you got to be willing to defend yourself. When you give people information and ammunition, sometimes you got to like look in the mirror. Like you can get mad at people for like going around telling your business or going around like repeating shit or going around throwing it in your face and be like, bitch, F you. That's why you're this, or that's why your daddy did this, and that's why this, that, and the third. Like, for example, like I remember I used to do videos talking about like how crazy and toxic and fucked up my family is and shit like that, and how this like toxic dynamics, superiority complexes and other shit, and like abuse and toxicity. And then I remember I did a video one time about some random shit. And somebody had commented, somebody was like, you know, I used to really like Choice, but now I'm starting to realize Choice is literally just like his sister. Someone literally said that to me, and that's because I chose to be open and share stuff on the internet. And sometimes when you're too open, people take stuff and throw it right back in your face and be like, well, how about that? Take that, take this. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I think led to Cassie. That's why I say two things can be true at once. Cassie can also be an enabler and also be an accomplice, but she can also be a victim as well. So it's okay to take everything Cassie says with a grain of salt because she's not fully innocent. But it's also fair to admit that she was just trying to survive a horrible dynamic, especially when you find out that he was abusive towards Misa Hilton. Misa Hilton is Diddy's eldest son's mother. Misa Hilton was also the woman who designed Little Kim's Crush on You outfits for that music video. She's a stylist and a famous stylist in the industry. She was Diddy's first public girlfriend, first girlfriend when he was like kind of in the industry, and he was just awful to her. Like he was just really, really awful to her. He beat her ass outside of Uptown Records, and they even put this out there in the documentary. And it's crazy because the only person I've never seen defend Diddy publicly or stand by Diddy is Misa Hilton. Anytime I see Diddy's kids come together to go support him at court, Misa Hilton, the mom, Justin's mom, the light-skinned boy who's Diddy's son, she's never like with them. She's always off to the side. What's crazy is Misa Hilton, Diddy's first baby mama, she was one of the first. She literally was at the court hearing. She was at the hearings, at the trials. She was like watching the show and everything, but she always stayed quiet. She never defended Diddy. She's never stood by him. She just watched at a distance. So she knows things that we don't know. She knows things, but just don't say anything. And it makes sense because I'll never forget, Aubrey O'Day even said, people have to understand that the reason why a lot of us don't speak out or say nothing is because we were literally caught up in a system of NDAs. We signed 1 million NDAs and we were on camera saying stuff. You know, we signed ourselves away. We were young and dumb and just wanted to be famous. And that's why a lot of people stay silent. And that's why, as you guys see in this title, I say that I don't really trust none of the motherfuckers. I don't trust no one. I don't trust none of them that have been associated with Diddy and stay silent. Aubrey O'Day, okay, she's been the most vocal one when it comes to Diddy. Like, when it comes to Diddy and how evil and conniving he was and how he pursued her, she's always been very vocal for like the past 5 years. But I can't help but think to myself, how the fuck did this monster become a monster? Monsters only become a monsters because people create them. Monsters don't just become monsters one day. People are created into that. So there were people around him that kind of uplifted him and also benefited. And I feel like Cassie just kept a lot of what she said about Diddy towards Diddy. She literally just kept the focus on Diddy being an abuser and Diddy owing her money and Diddy putting her in a slave contract so that way he can justify keeping her around and being twisted and being dark and controlling her image and making her literally shave the side of her head. Diddy was protected by a lot of evil people in the industry, and there are more people in the industry that are top tier and elite that have not been dragged into this because Cassie could drag more people into this, but she didn't. If she dragged more people into this, it could lead to them outing her ass as well. Because let's say there was another big celebrity in those rooms, in those freak offs, and she dropped some names. If she dropped some names, think about what would happen. They would lure her up. They would say, oh, well, Cassie did this one time and that would happen. It's legal protection. She has to protect herself because if the public switches up on her, it can kind of sway the jurors. It can sway the judges. If the public switches up on her and turns on her and realizes that she's just as conniving or was, not just as of now, but was as conniving as Diddy, then you never know how ugly things can get. She wanted her money and she went ghost. That's all she wanted because she knows she's not fully innocent. Now, back to this, right? People keep wondering, like, people ask me, like, what is GHB, right? A lot of y'all don't even know what GHB is, and I will give y'all some intake on that. I knew someone that did GHB and had a GHB addiction. So, GHB is basically this. So, notice this, the escort in documentary said that there was GHB in those baby oil bottles. And I'll read some of y'all chats later. Right now, I'm just focused on this. The escort said they had GHB in those bottles. So people kind of like let that go over their heads because most people don't know what that is. So GHB is a type of anesthesia. That's just the way I can describe it. If you ever gotten surgery or know you want to get surgery, they basically sedate you with anesthesias. GHB is one of those type of anesthesias. GHB is not really as big as it used to be, but it was big in the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, and people still use it to this day, depending on the conditions that they're treating and the type of surgery. So GHB is very clear. There could literally be GHB in this, and you would never know it. It's a clear liquid, and the particles in GHB naturally are produced in your body. So basically, it smells like nothing. It has like a slight little tangy smell, whatever, but it smells like nothing. And oftentimes, it's sold by street pharmacists, right? It's sold by street pharmacists, and here's what you got to know. This is my tip for a lot of my young women out there that like to go out, or young men like to go out and drink. Don't ever leave your drink unattended. Go get another one. I don't care who it is. GHB literally looks like this. It's a clear liquid, and basically, if you put a bunch in your drink, you're literally going to be knocked out for like probably like 2 days, right? But that's why when people do GHB, you got to put droplets, right? It dissolves in your drink easily. So when people do GHB, they literally add droplets in people's drinks. Or they'll get like a dropper and they'll boom, boom, boom. Like you never know. Like you could literally be on a date with a guy and this could happen. He could be like, "Oh, okay, baby girl, you want to go use the bathroom real quick?" You could be like, "Oh yeah, no problem." You get up. He gets a droplet from his pocket, like one of those little droppers that he's had in his pocket because he got out of his car. And as soon as you walk out, boom, 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 boom. He literally puts little droplets, like three drops. 3 drops is enough for you to literally be knocked the fuck out in the next 45 minutes. I'm talking about like you slumped and everything. And the escort claimed that Diddy was doing crazy ass shit like that during sex. So this is why Diddy was doing GHB. So GHB is a anesthesia that a lot of excuse my language, but a lot of bottoms do. So if you're a gay person, you probably have heard about people using GHB, but a lot of bottoms use it because GHB can give you kind of like a euphoric sense if you take it in small increments. So if someone gets like droplets of GHB, puts it in their mouth, puts it in their Gatorade, puts it in their soda, and they drink it. It's kind of like this. You know that feeling when your leg falls asleep and someone touches it and then it feels like vibrating? That's like how your whole body is. So if you consume GHB, your whole body feels like it's vibrating and it's tingling. That's what GHB can do to somebody. So if someone is like bottoming and taking it up there as a man and they're on GHB, they feel the intimacy, they feel the penetration, but they don't necessarily like feel the pain of it. It just numbs you. It basically makes you kind of like disassociate and be present as fuck. And it numbs you. And if you take too much of it sometimes, and I knew a guy that used to literally smoke it. He would literally pour it inside of a glass pipe. Those bongs. He would pour it into a bong and he would get a torch and he would and he would inhale it. And he would literally inhale the vapor of it so it would hit his bloodstream and it would hit his lungs harder. So GHB is not a joke, and a lot of times there are sketchy doctors in the world that will like steal it out of cabinets and shit like that, and they'll sell it on the streets, and you can literally sell them shits for like $100 to $150 for a bottle, because again, it's illegal to even have. Like only doctors have access to it. So liquid anesthesia is not just used for people to like party and for gay men to bottom. It's also used for people who want to have like fun, euphoric, numbing, let's numb ourselves type of sex. And then also it's used as a date rape drug. So that's GHB. That's how serious that shit is. That shit is not a joke. So I look at some of the stuff that was in the documentary, and there were other things that they talked about. Like for example, like we found out, for one, there's also been this interesting rumor, right? There's been this interesting rumor of people who are part of Diddy's camp, they suggested that the reason why So basically, they said this: Biggie paid for his own fucking funeral. That's like, it's kind of hard for me to say this without being like, okay, like outright, because again, it's literally just a rumor. So the people who were a part of Diddy's camp said, I think it was, what's his name, Kirk Berg or some shit like that. Kirk Berg was like Diddy's right hand man. Kirk Burrows, that's his name, Kirk Burrows. He was Diddy's right hand man at the start of Bad Boys. He knew Diddy way back in the day. He and Diddy go way back. He knew Diddy back when Diddy was working at Uptown, and people in the industry were just like, man, who is this guy? Get him out of here. He basically said that Diddy discovered Biggie in like an ad. Like he was basically covered like in like unsigned talent, in an unsigned talent thread in a magazine. Put him on, gave him a chance, gave him a deal, and he gave Biggie one of the shittiest deals ever. Because back in the days, like hip hop wasn't as mainstream as global as it is now. Diddy actually plays a very big role in why hip hop is global and as mainstream as it is. Why hip hop is big on flex culture, and I got more girls and I got more women. It was Tupac, the Death Row era, and the Bad Boy Biggie. Like that era is what defined what hip hop is today, and it wasn't as global and mainstream as it is now. Like hip hop was popular, but it didn't really have that many categories. We didn't really have hip hop awards. The VMAs never really talked about hip hop videos. Rap videos wasn't really respected at the Grammys. Rap performances, those categories are virtually brand new. Like a lot of those categories didn't even like become a thing until after like Tupac and Biggie died. So Diddy had gave Biggie the worst fucking shittiest contract ever, because back then a lot of rappers just took whatever the fuck they can get. If you weren't making R&B music or you weren't a pop artist, you were getting the shittiest worst deal ever. It was like a 360 deal. So basically every single fucking thing you do, your performance or royalties, anyone that buys your CDs, in order for you to pay back that $1 million or that $500,000 advance you got, I got to get a percentage of every single thing you fucking do. Your performances, your radio play, every single thing until you pay me back, plus interest that I got to get back. That's what a lot of rappers signed back in the day. And people forget Biggie was only famous for like 3 years. You know what I mean? That's why sometimes, people think that legends have to exist for years and years. Biggie was famous for 3 years, and then he was gone. He was famous like in the year 1994. That's when he got like his really, really big break. 95 was like when he was solidified. 96 was when things were really, really lit. And then the start of 1997, he was gone. So he got cemented into like pop culture as a legend because he got frozen in history. So when a rapper or a popular person dies, they get frozen in history. And then that led to Bad Boy becoming as big as it is today. Like everybody and their fucking mom like is quoting Biggie, quoting Diddy. And Diddy was able to eat really, really good off of the fact that this man literally passed away. Like this big dude passed away, and Diddy built this whole empire off of that. These shows making the band, these catchphrases, like this era of hip hop wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for Biggie. And Biggie didn't even live long enough to really eat off of it. Didn't even live long enough to really negotiate his contracts. So mind you, he also released Biggie's final studio album 2 weeks after Biggie died. So sometimes this conspiracy also comes up as well. People think that Diddy is a big reason why, Biggie's dead, but that's just a conspiracy theory. Like people always throw that out, like, oh, he's probably the reason why, Biggie's dead. And they suggested that. A lot of people suggested that in the documentary, especially when they talk about how they had to basically force Biggie to like pay for the funeral, his own funeral. They suggested that because, as we all know, he owned Biggie's masters. He owned Biggie's masters, and so did Clive Davis. So Clive Davis owned Artista Records, which had a distribution deal with Bad Boys. So Artista Records, which is basically founded by Clive Davis, who's responsible for like Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin. And this guy's like fucking 98 years old. This guy's old as hell. He discovered some of the biggest talents in the world, and he owned Biggie's catalog. And so did Diddy. So they were able to eat off of Biggie long after he died. And who knows if his family could have been way wealthier if they had gave the masters back. They didn't give it back because Biggie died. Biggie couldn't renegotiate a new deal. Biggie's dead. He can't renegotiate new terms, and I want this and I want that. He can't do that. He never got to see himself cemented into pop culture. He never really got to see his global mainstream crossover. So I look back and I think at some of the things that were mentioned in the documentary, and all I can think to myself is Kirk Burrows, Diddy's right-hand man. He basically said that the reason why Biggie's family couldn't eat more was because Diddy coerced his ass into like changing the contract. He at first said, "Nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it." And then he said, as soon as he refused to do it and said it was wrong, He said within like a month or two, he was literally out of there. He was fired immediately. He was fired months later, and then they got someone else to do it. But sometimes I think to myself, why did he wait so long to mention this? Why did he wait so long to say something? But then I also kind of also think about this. If someone has this much influence and this much power, people are going to just dismiss you as a clout chaser. Like if no one's going to believe you in the first place, it's kind of hard for you to just be like, oh yeah, like he tried to make me alter Biggie's contract. Like a lot of that stuff is just he say, she say. Like some of those things I kind of just take for a grain of salt because there was never any substantial evidence. And there's also no substantial evidence that that man who's known as Kirk Burroughs even owned a fucking stake in Bad Boys. You know what I mean? So another thing that people also don't know about the documentary is basically the documentary is executive produced by 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Like 50 Cent basically did a lot of press runs and press interviews, and he basically said that the reason why he's coming out with that documentary was because he said that this is an ongoing system. And I think he's going to turn The Reckoning into an actual series. So 50 Cent said that this whole Reckoning stuff, he has way more footage of Diddy, way more content to release, and way more stuff to put out. And I think he will release more stuff very soon. But notice he called it The Reckoning Diddy. Like I remember when this first got announced, he was doing a documentary. It was at first titled Diddy Do It? But you know 50 Cent, he wants to capitalize as much as possible. So he labeled it The Reckoning, P. Diddy, and all that stuff. So he's probably going to turn this into a whole actual series because of how well it's doing. And he's going to turn it into a series where he talks about other predators in Hollywood, other people in Hollywood that, you know, like he basically said that his goal was to expose the system and how a lot of this is politics and how, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like there's a lot of things that I kind of feel about 50 Cent executive producing because 50 Cent isn't exactly Nelson Mandela himself. Like 50 Cent producing this damn documentary got me like, damn 50, this is awkward. Aren't you the one that was accused of burning down the fucking home of your like baby mother because she wouldn't get the fuck out with her boyfriend after y'all had literally already broken up? You know, aren't you the one that literally said that you hope a fucking bus hits your son? Like, and then also, what about him, you know, putting his hands on Daphne Joy? Daphne Joy, as you all know, is 50 Cent's second baby mother. And she accused him of being an abuser, beating the fuck out of her, being terrible, narcissistic, and just evil to her. And I think to myself, why is 50 Cent of all people like the poster child of, yeah, we're gonna put this out there, and yeah, 50 Cent, shout out to you for putting this out there and much more. And I think Marlon Wayne called him out and was just like, but 50 Cent, your closet ain't clean either, and it's true. Like, why is 50 Cent being the one that's the poster child for this? So let me find this clip of 50 Cent kind of like elaborating and saying this shit that kind of let me find this clip really quickly so I can show you guys. So 50 Cent basically said this. Here we go.
Right, for 20 years. Right, it's me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you will come play with me, type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's gonna feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. This is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. But they consider a pre-existing beef, right?
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day. One could watch this and think that you really hate Sean Combs.
Your favorite villain?
Okay. Sometimes it's hard to use these fucking receipts. We would be doing the most of these fucking edits. But anyways, just getting back to what I was saying earlier, okay? Thanks for everyone that just joined the live. Thanks for everyone that's coming through. And thank you for everyone that's been holding it down. I'm really surprised. There's like 1,500 people in here. Could you guys also do me a favor and like the live really quickly? I would really appreciate that. And yes, for those who are calling me out on daily uploads, yes, I'm still doing it. It's just I kind of like missed the day. I'm still doing daily uploads, okay? If I can't do an upload, I'm gonna do a fucking live, and I'm on this shit. But basically, 50 Cent, you're the fucking poster child of P. Diddy being a fucking monster and a system, and you're on fucking like what? You're on fucking like what?
How did you get
Not Gail King, but you're on the fucking news. You're on what's her name? The Jennifer Hudson show.
50. I want to congratulate you on your docuseries, Sean Combs, The Reckoning.
Sherry Shepherd.
It's #1 on Netflix. Like it's been #1 on Netflix. Did you actually really expect it to be as big as it got?
I expected it to be bigger. It's actually exceeded my expectations now.
Wow.
Stranger Things is a huge show, and it's outperforming Stranger Things on Netflix.
It's outperforming everything on Netflix. You know, looking at this,
why are you the poster child? Like, I get it, it's press. You want to promote the documentary, but 50 Cent, you know, maybe I should do an actual video breaking down some of the things 50 Cent has kind of like been in. Like, I love 50 Cent's work, and I read his book, and I think a lot of the shit he did is cool, right? But right message, wrong messenger. But again, he's just capitalizing off of the hate train that Diddy has, and he's always had an ongoing beef with Diddy. But I always say, be careful what you put out, because what that saying goes, you can't throw stones living in a glass house. So I don't really like that it's 50 Cent that's executive producing and being the poster child for, yeah, that's how Hollywood is. The system is that and much more. And it's also crazy because Daphne Joy also has a history with Diddy. Diddy also messed around with 50 Cent's baby mother. And it's weird because Daphne Joy even testified and went in court, and she said a lot of things about, you know, their beef, 50 Cent and Diddy's beef. And she also talked about the fact that Diddy, you know, was a monster and was abusive towards her as well. Why wasn't that in the documentary? I'm sure there was a plethora of things in the documentary, but 50 Cent obviously has to make sure it's geared towards making him look like the squeaky clean executive producer that has no ties to anything. It has to be as like he's okay with things being unbiased, but it has to be, you know, within his favor. So yeah, that's another video for a different day. We'll talk about that a little bit later, and I will do more an in-depth video soon talking about 50 Cent, because I'm just like, why you? You know what I mean? But anyway, we'll talk about that later. That's another video for a different day. So on to the next subject, and the next thing I will discuss in the documentary, right? So in the documentary, they talked about this. Give me a second. Let me actually pull this up so that way y'all can see where I'm coming from. So let me see. Boom. Okay. So in the documentary, they talked about a lot of interesting shit, but then there were some times where I was kind of bored out of my fucking mind, where they talked about the sentencing. And as we all know, Diddy only got like 4 years. He got 4 years, and when I see the fact that Diddy got 4 years, all I could think to myself is this: was like, okay, at least he got something, but he literally only got, you know, transporting prostitutes across wherever, doing whatever. Like, he basically got charges for transporting prostitutes, and a lot of it has nothing to do with his violent behavior. A lot of it has nothing to do with those victims, and they're still pending suits, right? So a lot of this stuff isn't over. So 50 Cent's gonna have content for a while. So Diddy currently has, at the moment, it seems like about 60 something suits. So there's about 60 something suits that are currently out in public. And a lot of those haven't been rectified. Some of those have different trial dates, and Diddy's just going to be going back and forth and back and back and back and forth to court. So this all isn't done. Like, this isn't stuff where it's like, okay, finally it's over. There's more coming down. And let me see this real quick. Hold on, give me a second. So here's the thing. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. So people are mentioning Cassie a lot in my live. Like, people feel the way about me mentioning Cassie. Here's the thing. A lot of the things that Cassie did obviously isn't morally equivalent to Diddy. Like, it seemed like she was just in the neighbor, like, okay, yeah, that's how he is, and yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want. Cassie got a lot out of it. Like, she gained a lot. Like, I remember I said this in my live one time. If Diddy was broke, would Cassie have stuck around? Probably not. She gained a lot from just him, you know, doing all this evil shit. And again, she can't incriminate like all these other people, because then they're gonna come for her as well, and they're gonna put out shit. And who knows who has secret recordings? Who knows who has more shit on her? Cassie got her money, and she goes and she disappears. She knows she's not an innocent person. And Cassie never said she's a completely innocent person, but she definitely is a victim, and that's all I can really say on that. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Someone said, I'm not saying she's speaking truth or lies in the video on your phone, but according to how the law works, if there's no type of physical evidence about something, then technically it didn't happen. That's what scares me a lot. So if there's no physical evidence about something happening, okay, so you're probably referring to Aubrey O'Day. That is so true. If there's no evidence of anything, then it just never happened. It's kind of like, you ever have someone do you hella fucking dirty, and you expect them to take accountability, and they'd be like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. I didn't do that. No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. If there's no physical evidence, most people are just going to deny it and just like look at you like you're crazy. Like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, really, I did that. I didn't know. People do that to be in control because they know that if they give control to a narrative, then you're in control, or so they think. People just aren't real. Sometimes being fake and being a manipulative bitch is what will get you far in this world. Sometimes people have to be fake and a manipulative bitch and keep a sweet smile just to like save face and benefit. It's just a sad thing that we have to put up with in this life. Someone said they are trying to sue Cassie since Diddy case is done and sealed. Until that shit is actually filed and there's actually evidence and more, I don't know if they'll really be able to sue her. You know what I mean? Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Someone said it's give the glass onion. If you know, you know. They still sucking on them golden udders. Yeah, 50 Cent is a narcissist just like Diddy. Let me see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up with some of y'all are saying. Okay. I'm gonna get back to what I was saying earlier because I know there's a lot of y'all in here and a lot of you are asking more questions. Someone said, Choice, please open your mind and put yourself on the other side. Because just like R. Kelly has some true victims and paid actors, in his, it's the same exact thing for Diddy. But Aubrey has been open. Yeah, Aubrey has definitely been open. I'll give Aubrey O'Day her props for that. She's been more than enough open about like how shady he is, his antics, and a bunch more. But I have a hard time believing that she doesn't remember anything. I just think Aubrey O'Day is just trying to protect herself and save face, which makes sense because victims don't always owe you anything. Like, how many of y'all watching this have had to deal with some shit in your life that you don't feel comfortable talking about? You know what I mean? Like, even if somebody was like doing a worldwide lawsuit, like you'll support from a distance. If someone that did you dirty or like assaulted you was sued, you'll support from a distance, but that doesn't mean you're gonna want to go out of your way to like want to pursue and hold this person accountable. Like sometimes it's like, damn, like I don't want to get dragged into shit because I just don't want to have to like revisit those thoughts. You know, it's almost like some people have deep rooted trauma that they're just not ready to go through or get through yet. Like you got to give people time. Like, you know, people come forth and tell their story in due time. And that's what Cassie did, because Cassie she could have kept staying quiet, but she didn't give a fuck. Thank you so much for the 5,000 Nigerian Nada. I think that's what it is. NGN. I'm not sure what NGN is, but thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I'm gonna get back on topic and discuss more things. I don't want to be too sidetracked because I know some of y'all are here to hear me talk about more things. And I talked about some of the things that y'all already mentioned. You just have to watch the playback. So essentially, yeah, Diddy is an evil monster and he's a dope fiend and a drug addict who basically tried to justify a lot of his poor antics, a lot of the shit he did to Cassie with he was on drugs, he was on substances. And it's so sad because he initially denied any abuse that was done to Cassie just for that video to come out where he bopped, twisted, turned her ass on the fucking floor. And then we find out that he really is an abuser. Like that's just something that we just can't deny. Like when you see that video, that's just something that will taint him forever. Like there's just no going back from that. That video is horrific. It still lives in a lot of our heads rent free. Having to see that girl be defenseless on the fucking floor and get dragged and kicked like that. Let me see. Either it's 50 or Diddy. They all have done bad stuff, but I just can't with the people saying 50 just as bad and using that in order to attempt to defend Diddy. It's insane. Yeah, it is insane because they're not morally equivalent, but 50 Cent is definitely a domestic abuser. I wonder if there's any footage out there of 50 Cent because he's been accused of beating the fuck out of his one ex ex girlfriend. What's her name? Siobhan, and then Daphne Joy. Like, they've both accused him of being an abuser and a toxic, manipulative person. And also, Siobhan came forth and said a lot of stuff. Like Siobhan, who's his first baby mama and everything, you know, she came forth and she said that not Biggie, 50 Cent did a lot of really weird shit where she wanted to have her own show. Immediately, 50 Cent pulled the plug on that. She wanted to go on what was it, Real Housewives or some shit like that. She wanted to go on a lot of TV shows and do a lot of things. 50 Cent completely pulled the plug and put like a legal order in to where she could never ever mention his name ever. And then also she could never tell her story because essentially he monetized it. It's a bunch of stuff that 50 Cent did to make sure she was never able to eat off of his name. And I don't blame 50 Cent. I mean, even though she was a leech and she definitely wasn't, you know, the most innocent, outstanding person, some of the stuff she said was just dreadful and awful. Like I'll never forget when she came forth and she said 50 Cent burnt her fucking house down because she had got a new man and that man was like living all up in her crib, eating the food, using the electricity, and he was paying for that house, paying a portion of that house just for her to be having a new man up in there that wasn't paying for anything. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Oh, someone said 5,000 NGN is about $6 to $7 American, y'all. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Let me see. Bingo. Okay. I'm sure he used manipulation tactics like triangulation to maintain control. Yeah, that is a big one, right? So obviously, it does make sense that Diddy was able to get away with a lot of stuff because he used his power and his influence to make it very clear. Like I'll never forget. Like, do you remember my video where I talked about Winter Blanco? Winter Blanco was the girl from Bad Girls Club, and I remember she made a book talking about Diddy, and she talked about how Diddy essentially coerced her into getting an abortion because she got pregnant by Diddy's son. And I'll never forget where Diddy had recommended and suggested a lot of stuff to her, where basically Diddy had said to her, "Well, thanks for getting that abortion. You know, my son's not ready to have a child right now. Is there anything you want? Do you want a boutique? Do you want to do music? Is there anything you ever want in this world?" And her ass was just like, "No, I'm good. I don't want anything. I'm fine. I don't want nothing. I'm good." And I hear that kind of shit, and all I can think to myself is, imagine who else he's promised shit to that will never say anything or speak up on anything. Imagine who else is hiding shit or keeping stuff up on wraps. Like it's a lot of like, you know what I mean? Like even the R. Kelly stuff. Like I'll never forget when R. Kelly was already in the middle of a lot of shit. Someone had like randomly dropped off anonymously like a bunch of tapes of R. Kelly doing some fucked up and embarrassing and terrible shit. And it's crazy because R. Kelly is still in jail to this day because somebody anonymously dropped off a bunch of tapes. And this was after that documentary came out. So, I mean, I'm happy that 50 Cent did the documentary because the documentary will be like a space for a lot of people to come forth and address their stories. But yeah, it was a long time coming. Like this empire was eventually going to crumble. It was built on the foundation of just being a sketchy, shady, evil businessman. And he was just sloppy with it. And it's crazy because he got put so high up on a pedestal and now everything is crumbling. His whole legacy, everything he worked for the past 30 years, damn near gone. Let me see. I generally haven't even watched the documentary, but all my favorite podcasts have spoken on it. Yeah, it's a good documentary. I'm not gonna lie. The documentary is boring as fuck within the first episode, but it starts to gradually get interesting as you get towards the end. Episode 2 and episode 3 is really, really good. It's 4 episodes, it's 4 parts. So I guess definitely watch it. But there's a lot more that I could say about the documentary that intrigues me a lot. For one, a lot of Diddy stuff is not in his name. I remember I mentioned this in the video, but a lot of the stuff Diddy has is not in his name. So people think Diddy will lose everything. Not really. I mean, a lot of the stuff that he made, a lot of his M's and his millions, all that stuff is signed into his mother's name. That's a tactic that a lot of wealthy people do. And you can sometimes watch a lot of these news clips where, his house has got raided. And sometimes when you watch these news clips, you'll hear them say, the police just raided this house that's actually, owned and put in his daughter's name. He put a lot of stuff in his children's name. Some stuff is on his children's name. Like some of the publishing he had, he put his son Justin Combs on it to be a beneficiary of it. Like his houses is owned by his daughters, his 18-year-old daughter. Like a lot of that stuff is owned by many of his kids. It's owned by different trusts. It's owned by his mother. That's a tactic that he did to make sure he never loses anything. And then also, I'll never forget when Aubrey O'Day came forth and she said that Diddy went around giving back a lot of people's publishing. So remember when he came out with his whole Love album? When Diddy came out with his Love album, he basically did like a whole ending the chapter. Like now I'm known as Love. I'll be real with you. I always thought that Diddy changed his name just because he was just weird and wanted to be different. But like now that I get older, I now realize that Diddy was just constantly changing his name for spiritual reasons, a spiritual cleansing. Anytime Diddy did something bad, he just rebrands and changes his fucking name because he wants to be a new person over and over again. It's like a weird thing that manipulative, psychologically fucked up people do because they've created a bad paper trail, they've done some evil things, they've said that they've basically cursed their own name and they have other people cursing their name, and now it's time to do a rebrand. And Diddy, after he put out his Love album, he basically, for publicity, gave back a lot of the publishing of a lot of the artists that he essentially exploited and used. Like he gave most of his artists fucked up deals. You know what I mean? Like I actually read so y'all remember Total, the R&B girl group? They made that song Kissing You, and they made that song. They were on the Hypnotized record with Biggie, can't you see? Like Total was lit. I really love their music. They were an R&B group. They were like edgy. They gave like a dark rock star vibe, and they had beautiful voices. Total, they literally don't even fucking eat off of a lot of the music they have. Like they have music that I still hear to this day. Like I still hear people fucking sampling "Who Do You Love" about featuring LL Cool J. I still hear people sampling other shit they've done. I still hear fucking people sampling that other song. I think Megan Thee Stallion sampled Total Song, and they don't even eat off those records. And it's interesting because Diddy did give back a lot of the publishing for a lot of artists, right? He gave back publishing. He was like, here you go, take it, have it back. Because that's part of what has his legacy tainted. The whole bad boy curse is he's taking people's publishing, giving them shitty deals, and they've always come forth and said that he's a sketchy, shady businessman. And it's sad because a lot of the publishing he gave back is worthless. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine somebody being like, all right, Choice, I'll give you back your fucking like TV that I stole in 2005. Bitch, what value does my TV that you stole from me in 2005 have, or you manipulated me into signing over you? Like if someone stole your fucking TV in 2005, would you want it back? I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't want a fucking TV that somebody gave me back. Like, why would I want a 2005 TV? It's old now. It's worthless now. It's not even useful anymore. Yeah, like it could probably still work, and maybe somebody out there will buy it from me, but it's worthless. Did he already like he sold a lot of the publishing for a lot of people that he was with, that he worked with. He milked it already. Because the thing with publishing and masters, they're very powerful. Well, they're not anymore. Like now, masters aren't even that valuable anymore. But back then, with masters, that was like what a lot of rappers, a lot of urban Black and Hispanic artists did. They just sold their fucking master. They literally gave up, signed over their masters because a lot of them didn't believe in themselves enough to believe that they would sell enough records. And eventually, when they get to a point where they hit high pinnacles, they can renegotiate or they can buy them back from whoever owns them. But Diddy gave back the Masters like what was it 3 years ago? But you gave back the remaining. Like you've already you used it in commercials. You've let everybody and their fucking mom sample these fucking records. You've let people from overseas sample these records. You've let people take the melodies and take the fucking like essence of these music, and you just said, okay, yeah, I'll give it back. I'll give it back. And I remember Aubrey All Day said that Diddy went around pressuring a lot of people that he once worked with that if they ever want their masters back, they can have them back, but they are not allowed to do documentaries. They're not allowed to do books. They're not allowed to say anything affiliated with Bad Boys and shit on the Bad Boy name, which tells me that he knew something was eventually going to fucking come. Let me try to find this fucking clip real quick, right? So let me find this real quick. Let me try to find it. Hold on. Aubrey, there you go. So yeah, Aubrey O'Day came forth like this was like 2 years ago, and she said that she was offered a lot of. Let me see. There we go.
I just want to throw you the facts, okay? Sure. So this is long after we have 2 double platinum albums, $14, $15 an album from 2 million albums is, what is the math on that? 48 million? And this benevolent man who's just now had a change of heart and has decided to pay us as talent, we only get the amounts due since Sony bought our catalog. Okay.
Damn.
So streaming for the past couple years, it's about $800, $900. I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs Music, or EMI, or Sony ever in public. I would like to do a documentary for Hulu or Netflix or Amazon, a streaming site. I offered some of the girls, hey, if you need $800, $900, I'll give it to you. Don't sign this. I just want to throw you the facts. The deal that we were offered.
Here you go. Here's the deal.
The deal that we were offered, and when I say we, not every artist got it. Like Day 26 did not get it. But this is what it is. You can have your rights back to your music after Puff went under and somebody else bought our catalog. So this is long after we have 2 double platinum albums, $14, $15 an album from 2 million albums is, what is the math on that? 48 million?
Yeah, something like that. I'm a method.
That's when like Broadway comes along.
What is your prediction?
Is this everything? So I think you guys kind of get the gist of it. Just to get to the point, let me get right back on topic. So yeah, just for those of you who are just watching in, I basically played this shit twice. So he basically told them, like, if you want whatever crumbs I have left, if you want your TV from 2005 back that I fucking squandered and took from you, you can have it back, but you got to sign this agreement that basically states you will not slander my name, slander the people that own your publishing, slander people that exploited your publishing, and slander anyone associated with me or my mom. And notice how he said Janice Combs, right? Janice Combs is Diddy's mom. Let me fix my fucking light. Ooh. Okay. He basically said that they had to agree to not slander Janice Combs. Why? Like I said earlier, Janice Combs is his mother. Janice Combs owns his fucking like everything. Like everything that he fucking owns, a big chunk of it is signed over to her. And then he also said, you also won't bash Justin Combs. Justin Combs is his first son. His first son also has a percentage of people's catalogs and shit like publishing. Like like his son owns and has like rights over a lot of shit too. His son directly benefits off of shit too. Like the reason why his son is able to go on private jets and jet ski, like obviously it's his father's money and shit like that, right? But Justin has his own money too. His father made sure he was set for life. He made sure he wanted to pass on that generational wealth. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then also, like, I'll never forget even Diddy calling himself Dirty Money. Like, Diddy Dirty Money. Like, just stuff like that alone just already has me like, this man is just evil and despicable. To even call yourself Dirty Money and then you're over here squandering people's fucking masters and then giving them back and giving them the scraps and the crumbs and saying, don't ever talk about me again. Here, you can have it, but on one condition. Don't ever talk. Like, he didn't do that to be generous and thoughtful. He did that because it's virtually worthless. Music has changed now. People are now fucking using NFTs to fucking sell their music. People are now having to like do TikTok dances to sell records. Masters aren't even viable anymore. Catalogs from the 90s and 80s, who the fuck cares? Like, that's not even viable anymore. Unless it's like Michael Jackson or fucking Elvis Presley. Those records are worthless now. Like most of us will still listen to things like Day 26 and Aubrey O'Day from Danny Kane. Like, we'll listen to it, but what value does those catalogs have? Like, what can you sell it for? Like, fucking tickets to Chuck E. Cheese and like a couple fucking dingy dollars in your fucking pocket. It's worth nothing. They've already sold over 10 million records worldwide. They've toured already. Like, you ask people in the generation, do they remember Danny Kane? They're like, who the fuck is that? So, yeah, that just goes to show you that he knew something was coming. In that video that I just showed you of Aubrey O'Day making it very clear that they were coerced and offered a fee to sign to get their publishing back, that tells me that they knew something was in the works. They knew that something deep was coming and knew Diddy's demise was coming and crumbling very soon. And also, y'all ever wonder what happened to that damn De Leon and Tequila fucking lawsuit Diddy had? Whatever happened with that? Notice how when he tried to come forth and sue that tequila brand for doing him dirty, that we never really heard about it ever again once these allegations came forth. Someone said I have Diddy fatigue. I don't blame you. You're tired of hearing about it. But it just really is an interesting thing that we all got to hear. So honestly, the moral of the story is sometimes evil people really do thrive and always get what they want. And sometimes evil people never really get caught for a lot of the shit they do. But eventually things do add up and things do accumulate because karma is so real. You never shit on people because you really never know how it'll affect you and your future children. Diddy is an old man, right? Like maybe in 20, 30 years, as time goes by, he'll pass on, get older, and much more will happen. But Diddy's an old ass fucking man. You know what I mean? Like, he has already lived his life. He's done it all. So his future children will always have to suffer because of his actions. No matter what he does, his children will always be tied to those allegations and the violence and the shit he's done to women and the shit he's done. Like they'll always have that shit tied to them, no matter what. So I think that's his karma because his kids are innocent. Like obviously he loves and he cherishes his children, but they'll have to like deal with the aftermath of you being a piece of shit to people and you being evil and you stealing people's fucking music and crushing their dreams all because you want to be a mogul. So, like they say, children will always suffer for the sins of their parents. So sometimes whenever I see people say, "Oh well, shady, sketchy, evil people," sometimes they don't always get what they deserve. Like I'll never forget. I think the Sheriff Seven lady said it. The Sheriff Seven lady had said, like all the conniving, manipulative people, they all living good. They all living their life. They're all doing great things. Are you sure? Because sometimes when people get their karma, if you're lucky, the universe will let you watch. But some cases you really never know. Like people being financially stable isn't always like like see that's proof that they're not losing in life. Yeah, money is cool, but money doesn't buy happiness. So you really never know how people are getting their karma and people are getting what the fuck they deserve behind the scenes. And this is it. Diddy still may be very wealthy and very well off, but who knows the kind of shit his kids have to deal with when they go out in public? Who knows the friends they've lost? Who knows the weird shit? Who knows if people have tried to probably secretly record them? Like his kids will forever have to always lay low, kind of like people who are like the offsprings of like Hitler, like people who are related to Hitler for a while. Like when they like, there's loads of stories. That's another video for today. But there's loads of stories of people who are related to Hitler, and they felt like they always had to like lay low, not say anything, not do interviews, not do press, not do shit, because of the awful fucking things that man did to people. And then even people who are like the descendants of kings and queens and leaders who were like evil monsters, political leaders that were evil monsters. Those political leaders, those elitist people that like fucking were evil and monsters, they might have passed on, they might have died. But the people that are here now that didn't do anything have to suffer for that. So sometimes people got to realize before you do something fucked up, remember how your actions can affect other people around you. Like, yeah, it's cool to be evil and conniving and get what you want from people and manipulate people to get what you want and twist shit and manipulate shit. But until you realize that there's an aftermath about how you're perceived and how people around you are going to be affected because of your behavior. So it's sad because his kids, I feel like, are also enabling him to a certain degree. Like, I don't expect him to just sit around and just be like, yeah, you know what? They're so right about my dad. I don't expect them to do that. But I expect them where as time goes on and time goes by, I think one of them is going to speak up. Like, I always kind of felt, I have this weird feeling that one of these days, one of his children, I feel like it might be Christian. I don't know. I feel like it might be Justin. I feel like it might be like his oldest son who comes forth and says, yeah, my dad did do this one time. And he did do this, because one of them is even dragged into one of the lawsuits. Well, two of them actually got dragged into the lawsuits. It was Christian Combs and Justin Combs, two of his sons, not Quincy. Quincy seems like he's the purest one, and then also the twins. But Justin and Christian, his two biological sons, they got pulled into his mess where now they're being accused of shit. And like now women are coming forth saying, oh yeah, like I messed around with Christian and Justin and this, that, and the third. And there was this one time where this happened, that happened. Now they're dragged into shit. How embarrassing. And again, like I said, there's over 60 pending suits of what the fuck is coming for Diddy. So this all isn't over yet. So let me see. So someone said Diddy won't serve more than 5 years. He won't. Diddy might actually fuck around and do only like 2 years or a year and a half and get off on bad behavior. They say Clive Davis is worse than Diddy. Clive Davis keeps his hands clean. That's the thing about being an evil, manipulative, conniving person who tries to use power to control people. You can't get your hands dirty. You gotta get other people to do your bidding. Diddy was a foolish idiot for like recording a lot of his freak offs, and a fucking idiot because a lot of people were scared to speak out against him. But think about this. These freak offs, I mean, that motherfucker's a freak. Diddy's a freak. Freaky man, but all of those people did not sign NDAs. All of those people, and then also people gotta realize, like, NDAs don't cover you from fucking like legal civil matters at all. Like if someone really broke the fucking law and tried to like literally off you and fucking like chop your head off, an NDA is not gonna prevent you from speaking on it. So NDAs aren't fully protected. That's why sometimes it makes me a little bit confused when I hear people say like the NDA excuse, like like Aubrey O'Day, for example, right? Like for example, like she claims that she signed a bunch of NDAs and shit like that. But bitch, if you really signed all those NDAs to the point where you can't speak out, Aubrey, why on earth are you speaking on it now if you signed a bunch of NDAs? Like you can speak on it now because again, like like NDAs, like you can't break the fucking law and then make somebody sign an NDA to prevent them from speaking up. It just doesn't work like that. But I think to myself, a lot of people sign NDAs, but how many people are keeping their secrets under wraps and keeping things quiet and low key? I don't know. We gotta see. Again, I feel like there's more evil shit coming down the pipeline, so I'm just gonna let things unfold from there. But that's all I had to say on that. I pretty much did break down a lot of what I saw in the documentary. I broke down how a lot of people they broke down his legacy, and then also that rumor of people claiming that he about Biggie had to pay for his own funeral. Like, so they made Biggie's estate or whatever pay for the funeral, and Biggie threw this massive funeral for Biggie, which is interesting because they mentioned this in the documentary, but I don't even know if it's even really been factually proven. It's just speculation that he pressured Diddy's family to like pay for their own fucking funeral for Biggie. Like he essentially used like, okay, well, I made mad money off this man. Let's use his fucking money to pay for the fucking funeral. Like I wouldn't be surprised, but there's like no evidence that like fully backs it up. A lot of what was in the documentary was just speculation. His right hand man was in the documentary. People that once dealt with him. Let's see, people who were in making the band, like some of the band members, like the band, like a lot of members from his like old labels spoke out. And some of them refused to even participate in the documentary. So let's see what this. Let me see. Okay, let me just answer some of these real quick. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for saying this. Thank you for fucking saying this. How the fuck did they just throw out the fact that there was GHB in the fucking oils? Like, how did they just how do people not elaborate on that? Like, how do people not talk about that? Like, that's the thing that I think to myself. I'm just like, why don't y'all talk about the fact that he was fucking like inserting like anesthesia into his fucking body and like pressuring Cassie to do it? You know what I mean? Like Cassie was definitely coerced into doing these things. Some of these were things that she was willing to do, but I don't know. GHB some other shit. That's really down bad. Honestly, I think Diddy got some weird ass, crazy ass fucking shame that he associates with sex. He associates a lot of shit with sex. A lot of shit. Because the disassociation of a lot of things. Let me see. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm actually pretty late on some of these comments. Hey, Goddess Frequency, you said that's why I don't blame Tina Turner for leaving America, because the industry can get very dark. Like we watched her get beat up on television. It was up to her to run away. Let me see. Oh, hey, you finally caught live. Happy you're here. Most in the chat are too young to remember Diddy and Heavy D and the City College Stampede death. That's interesting. That was a popular thing way back in the day. So that definitely wasn't an era that I remember, but yeah, that was a popular that he talked about in the documentary, and I'm glad he talked about that. So speaking on that, so I know Lovely T was actually one of the first people to actually talk about that because she did a documentary. Not many people talk about that, but Diddy got really famous because he threw like a whole city college event. I think this was I don't know if this was in Harlem or whatever, but in New York, he threw a city college event, and basically it was like a huge like gymnasium, and it was an event, and then somebody got hurt, and then it led to a whole stampede, and like 5 to 8 people, I believe, ended up losing their life because of a stampede. It was like crowds of people running out of the fucking gym, and a lot of people got stepped on and crushed and died. And Diddy got famous for that. And sometimes I think to myself, did he get famous for like a lot of times Dev has always followed Diddy. And sometimes I think to myself, were these rituals like after the City College Stampede situation, Diddy ended up becoming mad famous off of that because he hosted the event. And then boom, he ends up blowing up because he discovers Biggie Smalls, and Biggie Smalls becomes this really, really big fucking superstar. And then look at the other shit. Biggie dies, and then look what happens. He becomes even more of a superstar. He's able to fund his whole entire legacy. He becomes a huge, everything he's wanted and more comes to light because of Biggie's death. He literally shaped hip hop because of Biggie's death and how he managed Biggie's death. He dropped his own album. Shit became a super, super huge success. No Way Out. Then let's talk about this. Then Kim Porter dies, and a bunch of other shit. It's just anytime death happens, something intense is about to shake shit up in his life. So I think to myself, you always hear the rumors about sacrifices in the entertainment industry and people sacrificing people and shit like that. And I think to myself, is there some truth to it? Because anytime somebody dies near a really big celebrity, they become a really, really big star. You always hear these things. I'm not gonna lie, people always tell me to talk about this. I've mentioned this in videos, but I don't want to come across as insensitive. Would you guys actually want to see a video of me talking about that? Celebrities who had really, really close people to them pass away and they became really big stars. It's a lot of people. Not to be disrespectful, but I remember people mentioned Megan Thee Stallion. Again, I don't know if that's true. I don't want to throw that out there, but Megan Thee Stallion, once her mom passed away, she became really, really huge. 9 to 10 months later, and then or a year later, I believe, Kanye's mom passed away. He became a huge global superstar icon, even though he was already kind of famous and lit before she passed away. When Kanye's mom. My bad. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? Sorry, I'm thinking an old ass Airbnb in fucking New York City. So I'm just over here oh my god, this fucking haunted. I mean, if it is haunted, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna start swinging because, I paid a really good price to be here for a couple days. So, bitch, make me leave. Oh, wait, should I say that? I don't know. It's okay. You guys are good. I'm just working. Yikes. Don't want them hopping in my fucking dreams and shit. I'm paranoid. Oh, wait, but then again, I don't really believe in ghosts. Do you believe Biggie and Tupac are about to make their own label? I wouldn't be surprised if they were already big stars. Yeah, Lovely T was the first person to talk about that in her documentary, the whole Stampede death, how he's associated with death, and then all of a sudden this is mentioned in the documentary. That was interesting. And it's to get into Hollywood, the reason they talk about selling your souls because all these people want you to do is just compromise yourselves. Yep, 100%. Let me see. Let me read some of these comments. Sorry. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. I'm sorry if I didn't see your super chat. I appreciate that. Someone said, do it, choice. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy gets Supreme pardon and released to get back to 50. For those of you who are asking me the same questions, watch the playback. We talked about a lot of stuff here. There was a lot of things I covered in this video. Especially about, let me just also mention really subtly, I'm going to be doing a dedicated actual video soon, but it's going to go deeper about 50 Cent, Aubrey O'Day. I got a lot more concerns. I just can't help but think to myself, what the fuck does Aubrey mean she don't remember and she rather just but it's if you don't remember, why read it on camera? If you don't remember none of that, why read it? Why fuel the fucking affidavit? You know what I mean? Why a victim came forth and said that she was also harassed by Diddy or assaulted by Diddy. And then she comes forth and she says, oh yeah, and I also saw Aubrey with my own eyes being assaulted as well, completely doped up. Why would Aubrey O'Day read that shit knowing that she doesn't fucking remember shit? I got a lot more questions about that. But anyways, okay, let's see. Yeah, how 50 Cent treats his first son and baby mama is pretty horrific. I get why he's cut them off. I get why they've come across as leeches. But I'm not gonna lie, some of the stuff 50 Cent has done is just fucking barbaric and gross with those individuals. Yeah, rappers love sharing girls. It's ridiculous. My uncle is locked up for good, and even he has a couch, TV, phone, tablet, radio, etc. So just imagine Diddy. Wow. Oh my god. Okay. Let me get back on this shit. Thank you for the 1,500 people that came in here. Can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all like the motherfucking live? Like, if y'all want me to come back on live and talk about more topics in depth and in huge depth, can y'all please do me a favor and just like this live? Show me that you appreciate it. And yes, daily uploads are still here and they're still coming. I just wasn't in my zone like that. I just wasn't focused enough. So 2 days had kind of gone by, so I did miss yesterday. There was supposed to be an upload yesterday, but I couldn't do it. But that upload is happening right now. So I'm literally doing my live stream. And anytime y'all see me not doing a video, y'all want to hold me accountable about a video, I'm going to do a live stream. So there's that. But as I was saying, and the gist of this whole live stream was this is, I don't trust anyone that was in that fucking documentary at all. I think every time I would listen to the shit people would say, it just came across as trying to protect themselves legally. And then even his right-hand man, I think his name is Kurt Burrows, as I stated earlier, he mentioned how he used to own a stake in Bad Boys. He got coerced into giving up his stake because Diddy was like, I'm going to give it back to you, I'm going to give it back to you. He tried to sue Diddy a long time ago to get his stake back, just for, there's not be enough sufficient evidence that he ever owned the stake to begin with. And it's just like, sometimes all I think to myself when I hear this stuff is there a fucking grand possibility that everybody in that documentary has like their own lawsuit pending and they're using legal language because they don't want to ever lose the chance to pursue their own litigation? Let me see. Well, Jaguar Wright been exposed at 50 Cent. Really, as well as literally a book hinting that 50 Cent was gay in prison years ago called Homo Thug. Really, and the name in the book is called Half Dollar. I didn't fucking find that damn book that you're talking about. What are you talking about? There's a book about 50 Cent having weird gay hookups in jail. Let me see. It's a book called Homo Thug. It was gay in prison years ago called Homo. Okay, I'm gonna definitely look at that book. I never heard of that shit. Some things are just speculation. Let me see. Exactly. They all share the same women in Hollywood. Let me see. Yeah, I'm definitely behind. Somebody said, no, stop the misinformation. They're not going after Cassie because they can't go after Diddy anymore. They have documented reasons for going after Cassie. In this live earlier, I brought up how people are trying to actually sue Cassie. I think one of the escorts were trying to come forth and condemn Cassie because apparently there were rumors of him having a baby by Cassie and she completely aborted by his knowledge. They claim that Cassie encouraged him and doped him up and shit like that. He also claimed that Diddy and Cat. Oh, he claimed a lot of weird stuff. Even in the documentary, one of the escorts, he claimed that Diddy and Cassie would pay him $6,000, and Diddy would wear a shirt covering over his face, kind of like a hijab, covering his face and his identity. And then once they got comfortable with him, they were always hiring him, and Diddy would play with his meat and watch Cassie get drilled and shit like that. He said a lot of interesting shit in that documentary. Some of the stuff he said, I'm just like, damn, it's crazy how no one has ever given him a big enough platform. Just the biggest platform he got. And that documentary is doing insane fucking numbers. It's crazy to me that it's fucking surpassing Stranger Things. Stranger Things has been anticipated on for years, and this documentary is outperforming Stranger Things. Millions of people are tuned into this documentary. Someone said a guy going after Cassie was interviewed by Tasha K. Really? Okay, that's interesting. I'm not surprised. That sounds like a Tasha K interview. I might go check it out. Somebody said, jealous women. Cassie isn't innocent. Does that mean her story isn't sad? No, but she's not innocent. Yeah, she was definitely an accomplice for a lot of things. And I will say, sometimes I think to myself, people gave her too much of a slap on the wrist, but then again, it's like I said, it's self-preservation. If you knew that at one point you were a crash out and you were also on drugs and being a junkie, just like your handler who's supporting you financially and taking care of your family and managing your music career and putting you in a slave contract and manipulating you into freak offs and you're agreeing because you don't want to piss off someone that you think you love. if you had to like go off and like tell a lot of these things, and it's like Cassie would basically be volunteering information if Cassie came forth and straight up said, okay, yeah, like I did facilitate a lot of prostitution, I did facilitate a lot of these things, and yes, I did get lit, and yes, I did used to like give GHB and substances to a lot of these escorts that we hooked up with for like $6,000 a piece. Cassie would be volunteering information if she shared that with us, and then she'd be dragged into more suits, and she'd be investigating even more, and then people would be doing more digging. You know what I mean? Her lawyers told her, keep it cool, keep it clean, keep it safe, keep it about him being an abuser, keep it about what he did to you specifically. Get your money, move on, let it go. Testify in court so they can hold him accountable for being a monster. You want justice, you want him in jail. Testify, hold him accountable, condemn him, get clean, move on. Take your winnings and go live your life. Cassie's off the fucking grid. Cassie done fucking like, where's she at? Like, is she under this fucking pillow? She's gone. She disappeared. Honestly, all I can think to myself is this: is how the fuck was Cassie able to disappear this fucking easily? And like a lot of people can't get no like. There's no like paparazzis or anything. Like no one knows where the fuck Cassie even is or where the fuck she's living at now. They just know that she's in a happy relationship, but like, where the fuck is Cassie now? What is she doing? What is she up to? Why hasn't she spoken out? I mean, she did take a settlement, so maybe she can't really say much anymore. But there's no paparazzi photos of Cassie. Like, no one has spotted Cassie out. Does she not leave the fucking house? Let me see. Cassie was a victim. Yes, she was. Everyone deals with trauma differently. Aubrey is still trying to process her experience in Danny Kane. That's true. Cassie's now husband, her trainer for many years, helped her plan her escape and get that money. They're set for life, I'll tell you that. Yeah, in the text it shows Cassie, that she initiated a lot of the freak offs, 100%, and she's not called out enough for it. But I guess, like I said, it's just all about what Diddy did to her. That was the point of her whole case and her whole civil suit. What that man did to me and how he's evil, and I'm giving everybody a chance to come forth and speak up. Let me see. Two things can be true at once about Cassie. Exactly. Two things can be true at once. What does being a woman have to do with it? We've been young before. Get real, well. They're probably talking to somebody else in the chat. Y'all act like people in their 20s aren't fully capable of differentiating between right and wrong, even if our brains aren't fully developed. Yeah, by the time you get to a certain age, you do know right from wrong. Cassie definitely knew a lot of the shit she was doing was wrong. And I wouldn't be surprised if she knew more shit about the evil things he was doing, more of the drugs he was doing, or other secret things that weren't brought up. But then she'd have to incriminate herself, because then it'd be a situation where it'd probably be like, well, then, bitch, how do you know? How do you know that? How do you know that then, bitch? And then that would make things really, really awkward for her. But again, let me just say this. Thank you for everyone watching this. Like, whether you're at work, whether you're in bed, whether you're overseas, whether you downloaded this or plan to watch this later on, or you're watching the playback, thank you so much. Please like the fucking live, please. I want to do more of these. If you like these lives, let me know. I'll do more of these. I am trying to force myself to do more lives because, again, I'm trying to post every day. And if I can't post, I'm going to be going live more because I want to be able to interact and communicate with y'all, and then also produce content. Because there's times where, like, I want to do a video, but sometimes my videos will take like fucking like 3 days to edit. Like, I'm editing videos for days on days and hours, putting things together. And sometimes it's like a lot of work because I got to get on camera. I got to make sure I'm presentable. I got to make sure, like, and then I got to chop stuff out and I got to insert. So it can be a lot. So I appreciate everyone that has liked this live stream. If you didn't like the live stream already, please just give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching this now, just give it a comment. Let me know that you made it. Let me know that you made this far. Let me know if you're watching the playback. So, yeah, a lot of these comments are intense. Like, a lot of people just have a lot of things to say about Cat. It's a lot of shit people are saying. Okay. Yeah, Cassie was 19. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, that's true. She was groomed at 19 years old to be fucking with this man who's probably like 20 years older than her. Like, Diddy was like in his late 30s grooming her to like be his fucking like pet. Yeah, Cassie was also an enabler. She was. At 19, you know better. She was an enabler. Then, mind you, she's like 20, the 21, the 22, the 23, the 24, 25. She dealt with him for years. And it's so interesting because it kind of goes back to what Kaya said. Now, I remember what Kaya said about Cassie. Let me insert the video of what Kaya said about Cassie. This is what Kaya, y'all know Kaya, obviously. Kaya is a commentator and she does live streams. And for those of you who don't know who Kaya is the girl who made that song, My Neck, My Back, Lick My, and My Crack. Let me show you what she said. She does commentary now because a lot of her music doesn't do shit. And people don't care about her music anymore.
Thing was, I wasn't even ready to gag it. I was trying to get the people, but they coming on through. My gag was, Judge Kaya Damas is not, I don't give a fuck about Cassie, really. Because she wanted fame. Yeah, she wanted the fame. She didn't get shit. She wanted the fame. She wanted the deal. He promised her a music career. She never got any of the above, but you stayed for 10 years. The first time you got fucked in your ass by a whole bunch of niggas while he was jacking his dick, you was supposed to run for the hills. But you stayed for 10 years. You can't say you was held hostage for 10 years, girl. You can't come wanting damages after 10 years, girl. So I am going to side with Diddy on that. It's like, no, the first time you got raped and drugged, you were supposed to run for the hills and never come back. Now you're here. But you stayed and continue to get them ass whoopers and them black eyes and them bust nose and kicked and beat down in the hallways because you wanted to be famous. You wanted to hang with the famous. You wanted to get a music album done. No, ma'am. Because she was like bright and close to white. And that's the only reason why they act pushing the issue, because she like bright, close to white. She thought she was J-Lo 2.2. Child, J-Lo 2.0. J-Lo 2.0? Oh, let me see.
So Kaya said a lot of stuff that some of you on the comment sections are saying. So, I mean, all I could really say when I circle back at some of this stuff is two things can be true at once. That's what we can say about that. So, I mean, what do y'all think about what Kaya had to say? Let me see. Oh, y'all arguing? Oh my God. You call somebody in my comment section to pick Misha? She was a young victim Cassie was a young victim who adopted and also got taken advantage of because of her circumstances. Him putting his stuff under other people's names is a true hood tactic. When you know you have a bad paper trail, you could have everything in your name taken from you, including hauling assets. Yes. If there's ever a time where the IRS ever want to come for you, or if anybody ever want to seize your assets and sue you and you don't really have much in your bank account, they can't really tell you shit if a lot of your stuff that you own is in a trust and you just put yourself as a beneficiary of the trust. Technically, you don't really own it. Technically, a trust owns it. Technically, an entity, an online digital entity that has its own social security, that's an institution or a business owns it, and you're just a beneficiary at the bottom of it. Just like how you could like fucking start a trust and then you could like put your kids on it and then your kids can be a beneficiary of it. Let me see. I'm sorry, I didn't read your comment. Oh, thank you. Alejandro Sanchez. I appreciate you. By the way, Choice, I just found your channel yesterday, and the first video I had to watch was about you exposing ice cream. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you joined the community. I'm happy that you like the vibes. And I'm happy a lot of y'all found my channel from that. Segueing off of the whole Diddy and Cass situation, I got more to say. Like, because again, I'll do an actual fucking video. Because again, like, I want to do an actual video. I want to talk about Aubrey O'Day. I want to talk about 50 Cent. I want to talk about other stuff. But I feel like there was a lot more that I had to get off my chest on this live stream because I feel like it was more interactive where we can actually go back and forth. But pivoting back to what Alejandro said, Alejandro, I appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you to everyone that found me recently from my recent video. My recent video is doing pretty well, where I was talking about like the ice cream industry and shit like that, and Briar's ice cream. And I'm getting a lot of love from that. I'm getting a lot of followers on Instagram. I'm getting a lot of emails. I'm getting a lot of people reach out to me. I'm getting people tagging me in a bunch of stuff. I'm getting people reposting my stuff. So that video is getting a lot of reach. And if you have not seen my video where I expose the ice cream industry, please go watch it. Because again, I'm thinking about doing a part 2 But I want to talk about other stuff like Red Dye 40, hot Cheetos, and how they don't taste the same no more. A lot of things like yogurt don't taste the same no more. Even cheese, like y'all notice that cheese don't even fucking melt anymore. Like it was one thing, it's one thing for a lot of us to have that shredded cheese that you get in the bag and it's all stringy and it don't melt. Like that's one thing. Like we know Kraft's cheese don't fucking melt. Like that shit is basically fucking plastic that we're eating. But some of y'all don't even realize that a lot of the cheese we eat, even that shit's not fucking real. Sometimes you'll literally be eating cheese and it'll literally say on the packaging slices or cubed dairy. Like it'll say weird little shit like that and it won't even be cheese. So it's like you're basically fucking putting cubed lotion or slices of fucking lotion and processed chemicals with dyes in your fucking body. Not even cheese made with like natural fucking real ingredients anymore. Let me see. Oh, hey, from South Africa, it's Mills. Thank you. I love South Africa. I cannot wait to fucking go to Johannesburg. Hey, Choice, I don't know if you remember me. I caught you live again. Unfortunately, I can't watch because I have to get ready for church at 7 a.m. in South Africa. I watched the playback. Much love. Thank you. I appreciate you, Mills. And shout out to you if you're watching the playback. And shout out to everyone watching the playback. Again, leave a like on this live stream if you guys want to see more. And again, I can't believe there was over 1,500 people in here. Like that was like the top tier most people I've seen in a while in my live stream. 1,500 people is fucking insane. Like the fact that there's all these eyeballs on me, I appreciate that. People who stuck it out this long. I'm wondering why Lori Harvey hasn't said a word. Why would she? Like, you kidding me? Like, she already has a brand of her own, and she don't want her brand tainted or attached to some shit like that. And it's a shame because Lori Harvey actually fucked around with Lori Harvey fucked around with. She dated Justin Combs, right? She dated Justin Combs, and then Diddy went around and fucked her and dated her as well. So it's really insane because again, like I'm sure she probably got some interesting stories as well, but she got too much of a brand to associate herself with that kind of shit. Let me see. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. This is the first time you caught my live. I appreciate that, Tani. I appreciate you for coming through. I've never called anyone to pick Misha. I'm 30. We don't use that shit. That's for kids. I mean, Sheriff 7 uses it a lot. The new generation loves that word because of Sheriff 7. Yeah, Janice Combs is weird. Yeah, let me come up with you, right? Oh my god, I'm like super fucking behind on stuff. Thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna read some of these. Wasn't one of his sons accused of SA? Yes, and that is still pending and going on. And I don't think it's been thrown out yet. I think it's just pending. Thanks for super chat. Do you think the SMEX worker was telling the truth? I think he was telling the majority of the truth. Not all the truth, but majority of the truth. The truth of what will make him look like a victim and also not look like a victim, but look like he was just an innocent bystander. Because I mean, you were just paid to do a service. You were paid like $6K, take off your clothes, take off that fucking take out that motherfucking like schlong, that horse peen, and do what you gotta do. Do what you're paid to do. Let me see. I'm super behind these fucking comments. Sorry. Oh god. I appreciate everyone that's showing love, but I'm just trying to like fucking read some of these comments. Let's see. Yeah, NDAs can get really thrown out easily in court. I'm trying to catch up some of these comments really quickly. Let me see. Wait, hold on. Did you catch the part when he was telling the producer just how you get hits during the freak offs? No, I didn't catch that. The fuck? That's an interesting thing to hear. Okay, also revisiting this, some of y'all said yes, make videos about how some of these people became bigger stars after someone passes away. That's true. Thanks for the other super chat. I appreciate you. You said, Choice, I love watching you. Are you gonna eat another gator again? I would eat another alligator. For those who don't know, I made a video a long time ago of me eating an alligator. And honestly, I'm a little bit apprehensive only because alligators are expensive. When I first bought an alligator, it was like $300 for like a 38-pound alligator, and them shits were big as fuck. And $300 alone is a lot of fucking money. But I'll be real with you, I don't know if I can eat the alligator again because now they've raised the prices of alligators. Now an alligator is like $500, so it's $200 more expensive now. Talk about Malik Taylor. People keep asking me that every time I go live because he was a supporter of me. Rest in peace to Malik Taylor. But I don't know what else to add or say. I mean, I did look into some things a little bit, but I just don't know what to say. I don't know if y'all know this, but a lot of OG men and women do gay shit in prison, but not out. Interesting. Thanks for the super chat, Ella Rose. I appreciate you. Thanks for the 99 cents. It's very kind of you. Cassie knew about everything just like everybody else in the industry. She just didn't like that it happened with her. I don't think they cared until they were victims. Good point. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, Jay-Z might be next. People always say that, but yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why Beyonce's releasing all these fucking projects and doing all these tours all of a sudden. Get all this stuff out the way. Do all the things she's ever wanted to do so that way she can fucking live forever. Let me see. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Someone said this was an awesome video. I appreciate you for like tuning in and watching. I'm trying to like right now like play catch up for a lot of these comments. And again, shout out to a lot of you that are coming in. I'm happy everyone's enjoying it. I'm happy that the audio is clear. Y'all can see and hear me clearly. And yes, daily uploads, daily uploads. Okay, if you want to like give me advice on like what I should talk about, send me an Instagram DM. And if I don't see your DM, because sometimes I don't see DMs because I get so many, you can comment on a post and say, hey, I watched your live. Hey, Troy, talk about this. I always read my comments on Instagram. So you can leave a comment there, or you can tweet me, or you can email me. My email and all that stuff is all those are in the description box of most of my YouTube videos. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. You wish the documentary talked about Kim Porter? I think that might be coming down the pipeline one day. I feel for Kim Porter, not Cassie. That's what somebody said in the live stream. I have to watch the ice cream video also. Yes, please watch it. Wait, hold on, pause. Okay, I'm gonna do more of those videos exposing the food industry because there's so much to talk about. So pause. We're gonna ricochet real quick and go back to like the food industry and like me doing a part 2 because y'all really enjoyed that video that I did. Like I was nervous that people were gonna watch about my video about the food industry because it's like, okay, what can we expose? Like that hasn't already been talked about before. Like, do people care? Do people really want to hear this stuff? Because I be thinking people want to hear about pop culture and news and breaking news. I be thinking people don't really want to hear about like the food industry and like interesting shit like that. But sometimes I'm also just like, people will watch it because it's me. But I appreciate everyone showing me love from that video. If you haven't watched my last upload, please go watch it. It's a very intense video. I noticed I had a funny reaction to Skittles a few weeks ago, and I can no longer eat them. They changed the ingredients. Oh wow! Someone said I wish I was rich enough to have done this documentary because I would have added a lot of things there. I'm 60 years old. That was my era, Diddy. Also, okay, so you remember a lot of stuff, Anna. You remember a lot of stuff in music videos. You remember his music groups, Dream and Day 26, and a lot of groups he found. Remember that era where he was in everybody's music video? That was the thing he did to like cement himself. Just do cameos of his music videos. Yeah, Craig Mack. He did destroy Craig Mack's career. Craig Mack died broke, which is really sad when I think about it. Yeah, Craig Mack, rest in peace to him. But yeah, he passed away broke. People in the industry got to understand that you got to read your contracts, and a lot of people just don't. I learned to always read everything I sign because of the shit that I've seen happen to musicians. So I just learned to just read everything because you never know how you can be legally binded to some shit for the rest of your life. I've been in Japan almost 3 months now, and I don't have the same bad gut health and inflammation I had in the States. Food here is great quality. I'm not bloated and fatigued after eating. Damn. Please make a YouTube video. I will. I will. If everyone's saying make a YouTube video, I will. Yeah, about winter. Let me see. Any updates? This is really interesting. Someone said, "Oh, the sour Skittles are so good, though." That's interesting. Have you tried sour Skittles recently? People said they're not as sour as they used to be. Let me see. Someone said, "Any updates on Alyssa Forever?" That was a good video you did. There are some updates, but I kind of shied away from talking about the Alyssa Forever. She was that storytime beauty guru influencer that I did a story on because she ended up being like homeless, living in the Bay Area, and it was very obvious that she might have been on substances, in my personal opinion, from the little stuff that she's like kind of shown. But she kind of like crashed out and kind of like lost everything, sadly. But she recently like put up an update, and she recently put up her YouTube videos, which was interesting. People send me interesting stuff and mention stuff to me all the time online, but I don't know if I would even care for an update. Like, do y'all care for an update on Alyssa Forever? No disrespect towards her at all, but do y'all care for an update? Wait, hold on, what? Someone said I got put in the hospital yesterday behind the 7-Up Shirley Temple soda. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. They're putting mad sugar and mad emulsifiers and chemicals and oils in our drinks. Like, a lot of y'all don't realize it, but you're basically drinking and eating edible lotion. When you're eating things like ice cream that are fully processed, and when you're drinking things like these fucking fancy ass sodas, you're basically just drinking a bunch of oil or a shit ton of fucking lotion with a bunch of chemicals that taste good. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. I'm reading some of these comments because there's a lot to say. Someone said I shop at Whole Foods now non-GMO food and organic foods only I eat now because at regular stores they treat their animals in bad and poor conditions. Honestly, our world is fucking polluted, so it's like anything you fucking do that you feel like is helping you, just do it. The way people feel about factory food is the way I feel about Mary J dispensaries. Ooh, can somebody tell me how many likes that I have on this live stream? It's been a good minute since I've been live. And again, I'm so fucking impressed that my live count will like literally drop from the amount of people that are in this bitch to then skyrocketing. And again, thank you so much to all the new people because I got a lot of new people from my recent video. Please watch my video about the ice cream industry. When you get a chance, leave a like on this live stream. Yes, please just leave a like, so quick like. Like, I would appreciate that. But please also watch my video about the ice cream industry. They're evil as fuck, bro. Like, they're basically feeding us fucking processed butter that's frozen and edible, and they're feeding us fucking like lotion. That's what they're feeding us basically with all these fucking oils and emulsifiers and these Kerrigans and ugh, so disturbing what the fuck they're doing to our food. Oh my god, I came to America after 8 years living in Europe, and my stomach was jacked the whole 2 weeks. That's fucking crazy. Those are those fucking sweeteners and stabilizers catching up with you in America. You said you just ate that ice cream? You better vomit that shit right up. Get meat from a local butcher, and if you can, get fresh fruit. I heard frozen is the best way to go. I heard that too. My ice cream video confirmed to you that you weren't tripping. I'm happy that a lot of y'all resonate with that video. That's what I'm telling you. There's gonna be a part 2 coming very soon about a lot of the stuff in the food industry, and I got more stuff to talk about. Like a lot of these milkshakes y'all are drinking, a lot of these diet shakes y'all are drinking, a lot of these in-stores y'all are drinking. Honestly, these Hershey candies that y'all are eating. It's a bunch of shit that we got to talk about. Your ex moved to Miami and got diabetes in 2 weeks. It's fucking crazy. Trader Joe's has fresher produce than Kroger's. Interesting. They make Americans sick, so we pay for expensive medicine and extreme healthcare expenses. Crazy. I remember I was at work doing go backs and I found a bag of glow in the dark Swedish fish. Yes, glow in the dark. Why would Swedish fish be glowing in the fucking dark? That's weird. Imagine using briars as butter. You might as well use briar. Man, you might as well be using fucking briars as butter when you're cooking food and shit. Because it's basically a bunch of fucking oil. Like, you might as well freeze them shits and then fucking put that shit in the skillet and use it as butter as a base to fucking make your pancakes. 1,300 viewers, 698 likes. Can y'all please like the live? Can we get 1,000 likes, please? I would appreciate that. Because again, I mean, I could be live for another hour. I could be live for another hour. I could, if we can get a good amount of likes. Let me see. People are stupid though. It's not the government's fault. People eat anything. Again, everyone that's just coming in, watch the playback. We pretty much covered a bunch of stuff, a plethora of topics. And again, I'm going hard all week. I want to really get a lot of these content done, and I want to get a lot of these videos done. So I'm going hard all fucking week. Yeah, they recall shredded cheese all the fucking time. Oh, 722 likes. Okay, so that's the update. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all like the live. Yes, please like the live. Wait, someone said that's why I don't eat American chocolate, because what do you mean the law allows them to put wax in our candy? Yep, wax is messing up people's guts and everything. I've never seen Swedish fish. Well, me either. 745. I appreciate that. Wait, hold on. You said some views aren't accurate. You said your views count as 2 because I'm watching from TV and typing from the phone. That's interesting. 760, 758. I appreciate that. Okay. Someone said it's crazy how once a chemical gets banned for consumption or contamination with food, they tweak the formula a tiny bit and voila, it's now chemical. It's a new chemical, therefore it can't be used. Exactly. I've had fresh grapes in Panama, and I can only imagine Americans, and I can and I can't. Oh, I can't eat American grapes because they aren't real. Let me see. All the food that's good for you cost an arm and a leg. In America and in Western countries like the UK and Canada, yeah, healthy food that's good for you is expensive as fuck. But I really challenge a lot of y'all watching this to really get a fucking passport. Like I always say this, if you can get a passport, just fucking get it. Like, you know what I mean? Just pay for it. It lasts you 10 years and then just go somewhere. Like you'd be really surprised like how far your money goes. Like when I was in Brazil, I've mentioned this before, but I couldn't believe that I paid like 96 cents for a fucking shot. I couldn't believe that I was able to be like, yeah, give me 5 shots, and all 5 of them cost like $5. And they were the double shots too. I couldn't believe I can go places and get like a plate of food for like $3. Like if I wanted to go to the movies, I didn't even like care to fucking like buy like $3-4 snacks. I could have literally got like a $4, $5 plate of food, and that would have lasted me and been more healthier for me than fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking eating candy and shit. Like, go see the world. I promise y'all. Like you'll really realize how it's just fucking ridiculously expensive in America. Yeah, good thing you don't remember the last time you ate Briars. I appreciate that, Praise Jay. Troy, I've been watching you since 2017 when you were exposing Kristen Queen, DMV Nation, the Ace Family, Damo and Christie, and you're the GOAT. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you for staying so long. Oh, hell yeah. Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Possibility. Like, I've never eaten Campbell's chicken noodle soup because I'm not gonna lie. Have any of y'all ever eaten Campbell's chicken noodle soup? Is it good? Yeah, their meat used to be real. They obviously put like chemicals in it and shit like that so it can last longer, it doesn't mold. But Campbell's chicken noodle soup has gotten a lot of shit for years for like changing their broth and changing their meat and using GMO weird ass farm, what looks like farm meat, but it's really like lab meat for their chicken soup. Have y'all ever eaten that shit? I've eaten Chef Boyardee. I used to love that as a kid. Chef Boyardee, the ravioli, the spaghetti and meatballs, and the beefaroni. But I've never eaten Campbell's chicken noodles. That shit looks fucking weird. It looks like some shit that like an old ass fucking lady makes because she wants to like cut back on carbs. Like Campbell's looks fucking weird. I'll be right. That looks like some shit the fucking white suburban kids fucking eat from the middle of nowhere. Like that's what I get from Campbell's chicken noodle soup. I just gotta say it. There, I said it. Selena Quintanilla's father passed away today, but I can't help remember how dirty he did her husband Chris. Yes, 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 yes. That's another video I'm gonna make. I was meaning to do a video for a long time. So okay, I'm gonna give you all the tea. I was gonna do a documentary about Selena Quintanilla as the queen of Tejano music. I was planning on doing a video about her legacy and how shady her father was. And now it's the perfect time. Rest in peace to him. But now it makes more sense for me to do a documentary about it because he did Chris, Selena Quintanilla's boyfriend, so fucking dirty, making him sign over like the rights to music that he fucking wrote and helped her make, and telling him that he can't tell his likeness, he can't tell his story, he can't talk about the fact that he was married to her and a bunch more. He was so fucking terrible. He was very much a control freak to Selena. So now, I wonder if more will come forth, but I'm definitely gonna do an actual video because people just know about Selena from the movie and stuff, and her father just seen as someone that was protective and he's humanized, but he very much was he obviously loved his daughter and was very much like protective of her legacy. But I just can't help but think to myself, bro, that is so fucked up what he did to Chris. Like that dude helped write her fucking music, and you just said fuck you, like fuck, like he can go to hell, and he helped her fucking career. Fucking terrible. But let's see where it goes. I finally caught it live. Hey, Daenerys, I appreciate you. Hey, Panda Lover. Thank you for the update about how many likes I have. Please keep liking the live, y'all. As a woman, no wonder we have so many hormone issues of our menstrual cycles, too. We can't really escape it. The moment we're born, we're dying. Everything is killing us, trying to kill us. Lactose can't cheese, but I love it. Yeah, fruit is spoiling a lot quicker. You gotta freeze your fruit. That's what I do. Freeze that shit. Those bananas you got, freeze them. And then when you're ready to eat them, you can turn them shit to a fucking smoothie. Or you can use it as like ice. Oh yeah, the dyes and fibers in clothes are awful too. Don't get me started on the fucking detergents that a lot of y'all are using. I learned as an environmental scientist course. Really? Why isn't the FDA under investigation? Thank you for the super chat. Oh, also, you said why isn't the FDA under investigation? Well, the thing about the FDA is they're not really responsible for your health. They're just responsible for shit not killing you, and they're responsible for like labels being accurate. That's really what they're responsible for. They're not nutritionists. They're just there to be like, okay, well, will it kill people? Okay, well, how much can you actually like put in it so where it's actually like a little bit less deadly to eat? That's the FDA. They're not really gonna ever get in trouble for shit as long as it doesn't outright kill somebody. Let's see. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Mastermind Alliance Publishing Group, South Houston. Do you work there? Damn, what the fuck are you promoting businesses here for? You said my money went so far in Guatemala? Yes. Guatemala, Central America, South America, your money goes far. Let me see. It really does. Doesn't say frozen dessert. When are you gonna do a recap of everything that happened in 2025? Okay. I skipped 2024, but yes, I will do a recap of everything that happened in 2025. I'll do that one. I'm sad that I missed and I skipped on 2024 because I actually wrote out the outline and everything. I'm gonna do the 2025 one. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Just because you reminded me, I'm gonna definitely start working on it. Let me see. My money has been going far in Panama as well. I love it here. I still got to visit Panama. Happy you have an amazing time, Desi. I'm happy you're enjoying it. I know you're probably starstruck because Panamanians are fine. They're hot and they're chill and so sweet. A San Francisco attorney just sued some of the top processed food manufacturers because of the deceptive marketing they use to get people addicted. Damn. Shout out to San Francisco. Google says he passed December 13th. Interesting. And today is December 13th. Well, depending on your time zone, it's either December 13th or December 14th. Yeah, Cali takes health really seriously. Someone said that soup never filled me up, let alone the damn sodium in it. I'm sorry, this is funny. Someone said Campbell's is nasty. The chicken is inedible in their soup. I had to pay $136 for an inhaler, and it wasn't included with the shot that I had to take for my bronchitis. That's so fucking terrible. Bro, your inhaler would literally cost like $12 in a lot of other countries. Choice, what's your opinion on the Ty Lil situation? I'm not sure who that is or what you're talking about. Yeah, insects are all over chocolate. They're all over food. They're all over rice. There's insects in every fucking thing. It just there's a limit on how much insects you can allow to be in shit. Let's see. Someone said okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? I'm so sorry. Like I literally got knocked out of here. Okay, am I good? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me? Am I good? Am I chilling? Can y'all hear me? Okay, someone said yes. Y'all said yes. Okay, so my laptop actually died, but I made it to 2 hours on this bitch, and I can't believe how many people are still in here. Can y'all please leave a like on this live stream? Like, leave a like and a thumbs up. I have to like literally run my ass over to this fucking charge over here, and I'm in this shitty ass fucking Airbnb. Don't judge. I'm like literally in Queens, New York City. I'm in this, regular ass Airbnb. It looks like a fucking warehouse. I feel like I'm in a prison, but I actually like it. It's cute, simple. But anyways, yeah. So I'm probably gonna have to wrap this up because again, I'm literally at 1% and my shit just died on me. I'm very lucky that I was able to turn my shit back on immediately. Someone said, Troy, you need a new laptop. No, I need to start charging my laptop. But I mean, I guess I could use a new laptop too. Hell, like up this live stream. Like up this live stream. Show me love. Send me a $1 cash app. Maybe we could eventually prep myself to get a new laptop. But anyways, let's see. I saw a crew neck sweater with your name on it from 2017. Really? Oh my god, you still have that? Oh my god, that's crazy that some of y'all still have the merchandise that I made years ago. Like, I respect that heavy. I think I have mad love for anyone that still has my merchandise. Y'all are like the real exclusive ones because I haven't done merchandise in so many years. I might try again though. Someone said, "Is that my basement?" Stop. Dang, you in jail? It looks big as fuck. It is, but it's like old. And sometimes I hear sounds, which is weird. And sometimes I feel like I hear like I hear like this, like I'm banging on this. Like I feel like I hear rats in the fucking wall or some shit at night. But I don't care because it wasn't expensive at all, and that's all that matters. As long as it's affordable and safe and has Wi-Fi, I'm fine with it. I can stay in a fucking shoebox as long as it has Wi-Fi and central air and a shower. Oh, someone says, "Shoot, hit me up. Are you in Queens? Are you in Queens? Because I'm in Queens, New York City. I literally got a nice Airbnb not too far from JFK, so I'm very close to the JFK area. I guess do y'all have recommendations? Maybe we can hang out if you live in Queens, because I don't know what the fuck to do here. I might move to the Bronx. That's what I'm thinking, because I want to explore. Like I don't want to just be like in the fun boroughs. I want to like see what it's like to be in the Bronx. I've only ever visited the Bronx like one time. Are any of y'all from New York City? Because I'm here. Someone said your laptop always dies. It does. I'm not gonna lie, it low-key does. So let's see. Let me read some of what y'all are saying. Let's see. Let me read some of this. 805 likes. How many likes do I have now? I would do a meet and greet in New York City, but I don't have time because I'm kind of like caught up with stuff and it's rough. But when I do come back, I'll definitely do a meet and greet. I just don't know where. I mean, it's too damn close to do a meet and greet. So like, where would I do one? Like, would I do one at the mall? Would I go to the Westfield Mall? Should I do it like in fucking like Sephora or some shit? I don't fucking know. But I would do a meet and greet, just not now. 810, I love that. I know you did a video about Krishan exposing Lemmy, but would you ever be willing to talk about how she gave her son fetal alcohol syndrome and how she refused to get help? People always ask me to talk about how horrible of a mom Krishan can be, but sometimes I just be like, I don't even know if I want to talk about that. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things I can say about Krishan and people accusing her of being a terrible mother. And, you know, she did drink, allegedly, and smoke while she was pregnant. And there was, like, videos of her, allegedly, doing that shit. But, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to say about that. I have a lot of opinions, but there's some things where I'm just like, should I even touch that? Oh, my God, New York is so dusty. New York is a great, fantastic place for opportunities and to meet sexy people. I'll be honest with you, New York has some of the most beautiful women and beautiful men I've ever seen in my life. Like some of the most attractive people from all across the world. Like you meet people here from Romania, Jamaica, South Africa, people from England, people from here. Like you meet people from everywhere. That's why I love New York. You're in New Zealand. I love that. Yes, I did hear about Brown University and the whole like school shooter thing. It's sad, really crazy. Like again, like the school shooting stuff. And this is Brown University. It's one of the biggest universities in the world. That's going to be my 2025 top crazy things that happened within the year for sure. My bad. I thought I saw a big ass roach. Because again, I'm in this old ass Airbnb. So I'm kind of just like, ooh. Ooh. That's the upstairs area. My room is upstairs. Let me see. Oh, you still have the I'm leaving this planet sweater? That's so crazy you still have that. Wow. That's fucking crazy. Like, shout out to y'all that still have my merchandise. I appreciate that. Don't let them roaches call on you no more. In New York, you don't have a choice. Someone said, oh my God, now you scaring me. Someone said, in New York, Queens is full of fat rats or roaches. Now you're scaring me. I'm not scared of roaches, though. Rats? I don't know. Rats give me the fucking creeps, even though I'm not scared of them. Because they're so fucking resilient. Like, why don't them shit just fucking die and disappear? Like, why don't rats just accept that they're not fucking wanted anywhere? Helen Keller ass basement. What does that even mean? Helen Keller was fucking blind. Someone said, let's hope Trent's buying a new laptop so like this live. So it can be recommended. Yes, please do that. If you're currently watching my live, could you please do me a favor and leave a like so that way it's pushed in the algorithm and gets recommended? Because I'm not gonna lie, like I did a live a couple weeks ago and I'm so mad that YouTube had like restricted it. So please leave a like. How many likes do I have now on my live stream? I'm in New York City for those who are asking because I came here for a wedding. One of my friends had a wedding here and her aunt owns a church. So since her aunt owns a church, she was like, "Oh my God, have your wedding here." And then I pretty much came to New York City all the way for that. But her wedding was in Long Island. I got an Airbnb in Queens because I want to explore New York City. So that's kind of my thing. You know what I mean? I wanted to be like, oh, like Long Island. Don't nobody fucking go over there. Ain't shit over there. I want to get an Airbnb in New York City where like all the action is. You used to live in New York. New York is dusty. The only thing about New York City that I would say is New York City pays very well. Fuck, the automatic lights turned off. Ugh, shit annoys me. Sorry. The automatic lights turned off. Sorry, y'all. The light kind of changed a little bit because I had to run to the charger. So as you guys see, I gotta like leave my shit in the charger, which is annoying. So let's see. Okay. Somebody said, okay, yeah, I'm in here for a wedding. What food do you like getting most in New York City? A slice of pizza and Jamaican food, Haitian food, and Chinese. New York Chinese food is like the best in the world. Where should I visit my first time out the country? If you're a woman and you're a man and you prioritize safety and peace, if you want something affordable, Portugal. Portugal is very affordable. There's a lot of direct flights there if you live like on the East Coast and on some parts of the West Coast. Portugal is lit. That's my favorite European country because it's so affordable. There's so many black people, but they're not oftentimes shown or advertised. And it's so affordable. Oh my God. Like again, I couldn't believe how affordable it was. Portugal is a gem. I wish more people visited, but then low key, I don't want more people to visit because it's already fucking packed as hell when you try to get through the airport and customs. And yeah, and I don't want hella traffic either. And I don't want it to get more expensive. But I love Lisbon, Portugal. Love it there. Someone said all the like tapping noise I hear, that's probably the heat or just the house shifting. Queens is known for that. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad you told me that because sometimes you hearing, I'm like, what's that tapping noise? Like, why do I hear like I'm hearing that shit in the wall. I'm like, why am I hearing that shit? And you said it's the heat. So thanks for telling me that. Like, that makes more sense. There it is again. I'm like, is this place fucking haunted or are the rats like fucking in the walls or some shit? Sorry. Again, like I wish I could just stand up because my light is right there. I wish I can like go use my light, but again, I'm standing right next to the charger. So if you guys like this live, maybe I'll have the opportunity to get me a new fucking laptop. So just like the live, show me love. If you don't even like it, it's fine. Leave a comment or something. Somebody said it's the old pipes rattling in the wall. Okay, thanks for telling me that. I appreciate New Yorkers putting me on. Thank you so much. Some of those sounds are coming from Diddy. That's funny. He's in jail, so I doubt that. His ass is locked up. Oh my God. Sorry. The floors are just... There it is again. But like somebody said, it's the pipes and the heat. Someone said, yes, I'm not far from you. Really? Well, I'm like in the South. I'm in Southside Jamaica, Queens. Queens, and it's crazy. I'm in Nicki Minaj's old hood. So I'm in Southside Jamaica, Queens. Queens, New York is big as fuck. So we're probably far. Like I didn't realize how big Queens was until one of my friends who lives like in Astoria, which is like near LaGuardia Airport, was like, come to Astoria. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, it's taking me a fucking hour to get to the other side of Queens. What the hell's going on? And I was taking the subways and it just annoyed me. But yeah, I'm like in Southside Jamaica, Queens. That's Nicki Minaj's old hood, so that's where I'm at. Maybe that's far because I'm in the hood technically, but I'm by the airport, so it's convenient. Someone said, "Oh, that's right. I'm in an Airbnb right now, and they don't have any hot water. But hey, it's a penthouse, and I love it here." Exactly, because again, you listen. You love the vibe. You love where you're at, and you love how convenient it is. You don't need no hot water. All you need is a quick little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you're out the shower. You don't need nothing more than that. Oh, you grew up there. Nice. New York is beautiful. It is. Bring back Goosebumps intros. Ha ha ha. You want me to bring back the Goosebumps intros for the conspiracy theories. But like, what should I talk about? I don't know. I feel like the conspiracy theories, I feel like the intros are kind of like, oh, like, are they too cringe now? I don't know. Maybe I should bring them back. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I remember when I used to do the Goosebumps conspiracy theory intros. I remember somebody said that they used to do them with me. Like somebody said they used to playfully like copy like my fucking like Goosebumps. That's why I have mad love for people who still walking to this day. Like I remember people like sometimes will tell me that they used to like literally chant my catchphrases in the hallways, walking around high school with their friends. I just have mad love for people who like still watch me and still fuck with me to this day. Like I respect that a lot. That's amazing. That's why I always show love when people show me love. This fucking automatic light is pissing me off. I have to like literally stand up. Turn on, bitch, down. Every like fucking 15 minutes, this light turns off and it irritates my fucking soul. You're from Queens. I love that. You said you're by Green Acres Mall. I'm not sure where the fuck that is, to be honest with you. I'm not really familiar with New York City. Word choice? No. Someone said the Bronx smells like straight piss. The Bronx, I like it because it's community and people are nice, but there's like nothing to see in the Bronx. Ain't shit over there. It's like mad Spanish people and it's just Spanish speaking people, I mean. And it's like I feel like I'm in the Dominican Republic. And then sometimes some of the crosswalks don't even work. It just feels like a forgotten city. But like you still know you're in New York City. And then some parts are like beautiful as fuck, where there's houses and then there's botanical gardens. And I'm like, why doesn't the rest of the Bronx look like this? Like, why the fuck they just don't invest in the whole fucking area in the Bronx? And then the Bronx is still fucking expensive, and it should be the most affordable borough what it used to be. Go to the mall in Regal Park, Queens. Thank you for telling me that. Go to the mall in Regal Park. Okay, meant to know. I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the best borough, in my opinion. Like the video, yes, y'all. Can y'all please like it? I was raised in New York City. The Bronx is nice. Okay. It is by Botanical Gardens and like the lit area. And then Yonkers. Yonkers is like damn near the Bronx, right? Yonkers is nice and real residential, right? Someone said you still haven't bought your glasses, sir. I had some and they're just fucking broke. Because I keep wearing those cheap ass glasses from Target and they just fucking break. I need to go to the eye doctor. That's what I do need to do. Like I've definitely been in a position where I can easily do that and I haven't done it yet. I need to do that before I regret it. Thank you for reminding me. I'm from the BX, but living in Jersey now. I love that. Do you miss the Bronx? I don't know. Because the Bronx, I don't know. People always tell me, like, oh, it's dangerous there. It's so ghetto over there. And it is rough in the Bronx, but it feels real community. That's what I like about the Bronx. You want to move back to the city? I mean, I don't blame you. The pay is good in New York City. Let me see. Don't go to the Bronx, LOL. That's lit. I'm from New York City. I've been there till I turned 21, born and raised. I love that. You're from New York City. You're born and raised, and you left. Where'd you go to? Did you go to Texas or North Carolina? Because a lot of people leave New York and they go to the South. Or y'all go, yeah, y'all always go to Florida, North Carolina, or Texas. I don't drive. Burger King, LOL. Somebody, when you said you were from the BK, this person thinks you meant Burger King. No, the BK means Brooklyn. Okay, my shit is at 17% now, so I can go right back in front of my lights. Okay. Okay. Oh, the screen went out because my laptop died. That's why. 827 likes. Can we get 900 likes? Can we get 900? Someone said Sephora is always packed and smells heavy on the perfume. Okay. So probably not Sephora for a meet and greet. Someone said do not go to QCM. Go to American Dream if you have to. That's in Jersey. Okay. I guess I could do that. Do the meet and greet at a library. That's smart. We can do a library because there's a lot of really big libraries in New York because it's warm in there. It's not too much. It's not intense, and it's a good environment. I wouldn't mind. Krishan uses a stroller piece as a car seat. She won't buy him one. Wait, what? Oh my god. Don't speak on Krishan until she's fully canceled. Good point. Someone said she was definitely smoking on live with Glorilla, and Gorilla tried to signal her to stop smoking. That's crazy. Dallas is good for nightlife. Interesting. Oh, is that movie website still up? Is that what you're talking about? The movie site? Honestly, I think it still is. If you want to know my go-to movie site, go to my Patreon where I shouted it out, or you can just go on Reddit. I'm sure somebody could tell you a good free movie site. Are you back in the States? Yes, I'm in New York City. I'm in Queens, Southside Jamaica, Queens. The rats are mainly by the Ave or the Collie Block. Okay, you said you're from Queens. Can you like tell me if I'm close to the Ave or the Collie Block? I'm in like South Ozone Park, the hood, like where Cyndi Lauper's from, where Nicki Minaj is from. You said that rats are mostly in the Ave or the Collie Block. Where the fuck? Oh my god, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm paranoid as fuck. Like that was my shadow that I saw. Sorry, I thought I was a rat. I waved my hand. I thought that was a rat. It's really my shadow. You're making me paranoid. Opinions on baddies. It's an embarrassment, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it can be entertaining. It's a guilty pleasure if you have nothing else to fucking do, and if you're bootlegging it on a different platform. Really? If you have roaches in your Airbnb, they give you the money back. That is so interesting because I've seen a good amount of roaches in Airbnbs, and I just don't ever say anything. They rise the biggest catch toys. Watch out. Yeah, them shits are big. Not too much on Queens. GTM. What's your opinion on the goddamn Zoe allegations? So he actually did a video addressing it today. I didn't get a chance to watch it. Let me watch stuff, okay? Before I give my opinion, I need to watch it. He apparently did a video addressing the allegations towards him. I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it. Just no comment until I decide to actually watch it and see what the fuck is going on. Because I did see a lot of stuff, and I definitely saw a lot of shit. But I'd rather just watch his response. Let's see what his response was. Did you go to the Bernie Monica tour? No, not at all. 833 likes. Oh my god. Please like the live. You have 1.2K currently watching. I love that. There's a lot of vermin in New York because many of the buildings are old. That makes sense. They're historical. You're a rat slayer? That's funny. There's a film called Trust in 2011. What is it about? Best food you tasted in New York so far? Let me see. I would say the pastries. If you're from New York or you live in New York, go to a place called Little Cupcake. I love that name because it reminds me of like a rapper, Little Cupcake. Little Cupcake is bomb. They have 2 locations in Brooklyn, one like near downtown Brooklyn, and then one in Williamsburg, I think. But yeah, it's in Manhattan, one in Manhattan and one in Brooklyn. Go to Little Cupcake. I love it there. I love their strawberry shortcake cupcakes. Jamaican Flavors and Jamaica Queens has some of the best Jamaican food. Okay, I might try them out. New York City has to pay well. For how expensive it is. Oh well, they should. You're right. Someone said yes. New York does pay very well, but cost of living is a killer. Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, y'all minimum wage is like what, $18 to $20 here. That's impressive, but not impressive when rent on average is like $2,400. I mean, when I'm hearing the fact that some like a lot of y'all got 6-figure careers in New York City, a lot of y'all are making like what, $27 an hour. Like I've been hearing stories of some of y'all be making like $31 an hour in New York City. That's fucking crazy. Y'all make a lot of fucking money to live here, but then again, with how expensive it is, that's tough. I can see why a lot of y'all try to leave and go to the South. What's your thoughts on Nicki Minaj liking Trump? That's not new. That's so crazy, but it's not new at all. I like Manhattan. So much to do there. Yeah, they pay as well, but they live in a box of low walls. So yeah. Send me some of that Chinese food. I definitely will. There's a lot of places. Any place that says like Chinese food express or Chinese like grab and go, like is bomb. Like where you grab and go and you get your food and it's like a little bit gritty on the inside is good. But honestly, good Chinese food that's really affordable, Chinatown, I guess. The cake from Golden Crust is good if it's not moldy. Golden Crust, as in like the Jamaican patty place. I heard it's commercial as fuck, so I never even went there. Yeah, New York City is known for their Chinese food and pizza places. Yes. Troy, you need to try Jamaican Chinese food in Jamaica. So damn good. I've never had Jamaican Chinese food in Jamaica before. That's so interesting. I've had sushi in Jamaica before, and it was good. I've had seafood. I've had a lot of stuff in Jamaica before, but I've never had Jamaican Chinese food. I think I've had Trini Chinese food, and I've had Dominican Chinese food, which is amazing, and I've had Brazilian Chinese food, which is also kind of good. The Chinese run shit everywhere, bro. They're everywhere. Go through the door. It's a Jamaican restaurant in Queens. Interesting. Okay. So some of y'all are saying go to Jamaican Flavors. Okay, I'm gonna write some of this stuff down. Jamaican Flavors and the door. Let me see. I'm trying to screenshot some of the recommendations y'all are giving me. I'm screenshotting what y'all are giving me. People think I'm racist because a lot of things, but I don't judge people on the color of their skin. If you know you're not racist, you have nothing to worry about. Honestly, you might have a lot of us have said things that are racially insensitive, but not all of us are racist. If you have to question if you're racist or not, maybe you're not racist. I would say honestly, if you don't think you're racist, then maybe you're not racist. If people think you're racist, maybe you're just prejudiced. I don't know. Who knows? But if you don't think you're racist, then maybe you're not racist. If you think you are, then you might be racist. You might be a racist bitch if you think you are one. And hey, I don't have no problem with it. Just stay the fuck away from me and don't suppress me from opportunities. Unless you're willing to die, bitch. Choice, you need to try Jamaican Chinese food. Okay, I already read that. He's going back to prison after his release from murder of Pac and Biggie. Diddy is in Fort Dix. Oh, he's in Fort Dix. Fort Dix is where? Is that in Queens? I gotta Google that. Holy shit. Oh, Fort Dix is far as fuck. That's basically fucking like near Wilmington, New Jersey. That's like right outside of Camden, right? Yeah, Diddy ain't nowhere near me. Y'all almost trying to scare me and shit. Yes, I can see myself living in New York City for a little bit. Long term, no, it's expensive as fuck, so probably not. I'd rather live in like Sao Paulo or like Mexico City or like somewhere else like Casablanca, Morocco, where it's similar and I get New York City vibes, but it's too expensive here. Oh yeah, 50 Cent is from Southside Jamaica, Queens. How the fuck did I forget that? I'm in 50 Cent's hood, and I was just talking about him. Yeah, you're right. 50 Cent is from here. I've been to Toronto. Toronto's nice, and Canadians are very friendly. You should interview people on the street, asking people how people from there feel about Nicki Minaj. That's funny. I should ask how a lot of them feel about Nicki Minaj. I bet a lot of them probably show her mad love. Yeah, I'm in Nicki Minaj's old hood. I'm in South Ozone Park, Southside Jamaica, Queens. So someone said, "Oh my God, I'm in Ozone Park. I'm close to you, Choice. I'm in South Ozone Park. I'm very close to. I guess this is generic. I'm not too far from Lefferts Boulevard. I'm close to the airport. I'm real close to JFK. At the moment, I'm gonna leave soon though. But at the moment, Queens is too suburban for me and lacks proper accessible transportation. It is. You got to take a lot of buses in Queens and a lot of other boroughs in New York City. There's subways, but in Queens, it's buses. Yes, I'm in New York City. Hey, I used to live near the Conduit near Green Acres Mall. Do you believe the I'm Zoe allegations, Choice? No comment. Some things you see and it's like, okay, I've seen it, but I'd rather just not give a comment. I'd rather just literally watch things for myself and just see stuff, but no comment. No comment. I'd rather not comment on that. I didn't see his response video. I'll see his response video, but no comment. Did you hear about the Airbnb squatter in DC? There's an Airbnb story every day about some guy fucking trying to squat in somebody's shit. People are so fucking dirty and bummy. Like, why would you want to stay somewhere where you're not welcome? I live in Jersey Shore. You're like an hour and some change away. Oh, you live in Jersey Shore? That's amazing. I always wanted to go there. Great pizza. I live next to the Airbnb. Someone that lives at Airbnb. Some of y'all are funny. Let me see. Thanks for the super chat. $13 in Canadian. I appreciate that. The guy who helped P. Diddy create Bad Boy Records was such a liar. So he helped P. Diddy do all those messed up stuff, but suddenly had a moral compass when it comes to Biggie. So many bad people in that documentary. Yeah, a lot of those people in that documentary are evil, conniving, and twisted, and they only give a fuck when something bad happened to them, not because they were coerced or fearful. They could have been spoken out against Diddy. They just chose not to because of fear of just like looking bad, looking like the bad guy, or because maybe they hope to be in his good graces one day. That's the sad part about a lot of people in that documentary. That's why I say I don't trust a lot of them. Shout out to everyone that just came in. I'm gonna get off here in a little bit, but just leave a like on the live and watch the playback, and you'll be able to watch and catch up with a lot of stuff. Brooklyn, favorite borough in New York. Troy, there's nothing much in the Bronx. Shouldn't really be there unless you need to be or know people. Yeah, there's not much in the Bronx. Someone said it's not far from me. I'm 10 minutes away from JFK. So we're on the same side of Ozone, QZ, LOL, Astoria, Lake, Flushing, Bayside, etc. are the other sides of QZ. Okay, so we're not that far. I'm like something Lefferts Boulevard, something South Ozone Park. Okay, that's interesting. So if anything, we're probably just a fucking quick little Q train away. Nothing there except City Island, North Bronx. Honestly, it's rough anywhere in New York City. That's a good point. You gotta watch out anywhere. I remember when Brooklyn was the hood, gentrification. The Bronx ain't that bad. Did you hear about the serial Airbnb squad in DC? The BX is like any other borough. It has ups and downs. There's a lot more affordable apartments there though compared to other boroughs. I'm a native New Yorker, but left for Cali years ago. Okay, shout out to you. You went to a crazy ass, intense, expensive city to another crazy ass, expensive ass state. The Bronx really isn't as bad as people say, but there's really nothing to see over there. Yeah, there's not much to see. It's a lot of Spanish speakers, a lot of Spanish people, a lot of people who like it feels like you're in the Dominican Republic when you're there. It feels like you're like in little Puerto Rico. Um, there's not much to see in the Bronx. Like there's nothing really there. Unless you like are going to like go see somebody or like you're looking for trouble or you got a plug there or you live there or you know someone that lives there. Nothing much to see. Bronx isn't horrible, but you have to know where you're going. True. Someone said no Burger King hate, please. Someone said charge your laptop to 30%. My laptop is not at 12%. I think I'm good. Oh wow! Someone said I finally get U.S. full citizenship next month, and the whole process only took close to 10 years, and the total cost and lawyer fees almost 12K. Oh, that's pretty fucking terrible. Well, congrats on U.S. citizenship, but damn, that's fucking dreadful that it took you that long to get it. That's crazy. Joyce, do we have any lover or fling stories? LOL, I'm curious. I think some of those stories will probably be a little bit too intense for YouTube. I once got pepper sprayed and robbed. Someone like stole like a bunch of like shit out of my bag, and this is years. Here y'all go again. I'm not even gonna share this story. This story is funny. I'm not even gonna share it because some of y'all gonna be like, "Oh my god, Troy, someone's always stealing some shit from you." Somebody always like that's what y'all always say. So I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story about some shit that happens to me. Y'all are always like, "Oh my god, Troy, someone's always stealing some shit from you." Like, what? Anything that gets taken to me always returns to me, or like whatever. Things can be replaced. It's easy to rent out libraries, community centers. A lot are nice. But I have some positive stories. I don't think I'm just always in some shit. I have positive stories. Now, Trace, why are you streaming at 2 a.m.? I'm just bored. Carlos is a weirdo. 873. Can we get 900, please? That's Jamaica Ave. So South Ozone Park is where Trin City Roti Shop is. I've always wanted to go to Trin City Roti Shop. Thank you for reminding me. Southside Jamaica is closest to the Ave, Jamaica Avenue. So kind of two different things. It's kind of hard for me to explain LOL. Okay. Do you plan to visit Rockefeller Center, the Xmas went? Probably not. My rent in California is $20.50. That sounds like a fucking steal. How many bedrooms is it? I had a curry patty and it was amazing. I thought minimum wage in New York City was $15. They raised it. I think it's like 18 in New York City. You have to have a car in Queens and Long Island, which half of us do. Which makes sense. Someone said, "Day, you still up?" Okay. Yeah, I'm still up. You got to go to that Thai restaurant the food blogger scammed. I might, but the food looked mid as fuck. The video where I basically talked about that TikTok scammer who basically like went to a Thai restaurant in New York City and then she just like ran off, paid $6, and didn't even do the fucking collab post like she agreed to. This was in New York City. It's actually not that far from here, but I don't know. The food looked kind of mid, and I don't know if it's worth it. I wouldn't even spend my own fucking money on that shit, even though I feel bad for the restaurant. How do you ask a question? You just literally ask it, like just like how you asked. You just type it in. It takes 3 years for Canadian citizenships. Why 10 for America? That's crazy. To get honestly, American citizenship doesn't. The thing is, you have to be a citizen in order to get full American citizenship and be naturalized. You have to be in America for at least 4 to 5 years in many cases. You're watching the playback, but yes, do a video on famous people sacrificing. Even SZA once, her grandma died, she got huge. That's interesting. My aunt says her favorite place to travel in Europe is Belgium. Have you ever been? I haven't been, but your grandma got expensive taste. She must have like a nice side of she might have like a nice side piece over there. Because people in Belgium are high. It sucks that Jamaica Ave isn't the same. I used to love going over there when I would visit. Where are you going after New York? Honestly, I'm not sure. Maybe back home to California. You said email you because you deactivated all your social medias. Send me an email and just put in the subject line or just be like, hey, like I was in your live, X, Y, and Z, da 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 da. Do a video about Asher Trevina, LOL, if you haven't already. This is wild. I don't know who Ash Trevino is. People are always telling me that. Like this is like the fifth time somebody mentioned her in my live, but I have no idea who she is. Someone said, "Don't expose your location." Some, but not all, will try to stalk you. Oh yeah, no. I won't tell my exact place, but I'm definitely like Queens, New York City is pretty big. And also, I'm getting the fuck out of this Airbnb immediately, like ASAP. Like I'm upgrading somewhere else, so I'm gonna be out of here soon. By the time, yeah, I'll really be out of here in a few hours, anyways. Lee checking out of here. I don't even really care to be in this area anymore because I want to explore more. Are you staying for New Year's? I wish, but yes, I'm in New York. I wish I could stay for New Year's, but I can't. I have to go. Someone said because being a Canadian citizen is literally a trap. Y'all don't know how much we pay in taxes. I mean, Canadians, y'all got like free healthcare. Don't y'all got like discounted university? I know y'all have like a lot of international students that come to learn and go to school in Canada. Like, isn't y'all university cheap as fuck? And y'all get free healthcare. Like, if you ever get like a broken arm or need an inhaler or need an ambulance, you don't have to pay for that shit. So maybe that's what it is. But yeah, y'all do pay a lot in taxes. That is kind of fucking crazy. Yeah, always come. Yeah. When you going to Afghanistan? I want to go to Afghanistan. Shit. I have to have a tour guide in order to go to Afghanistan. I'll probably go to Iran or Iraq first, and then Lebanon. I'll do a New York meet and greet when I come back. I don't have enough time. I'm only here for like maybe a few more days, maybe longer, but I don't have time. I'm not mentally prepared to do a meet and greet yet. I was in Brazil for 2 months, 2.5 months. Your Wi-Fi's off? I'm glad my Wi-Fi's not off. Have you visited Montenegro? That's in Europe. No, not yet. I would definitely go check it out though. How many likes do I have on here, y'all? Please let me know. We pay 40% of our paychecks in taxes and then our tax on our income again at the end of the year. Property tax, wow, carbon tax, etc. And we have to pay for ambulances. It's $40, but y'all, it's $40 though, but y'all, LOL. That's fucking crazy. Our healthcare system is ass. That's terrible to hear. It took 3 to 5 years to get an American citizenship. How long does it take for you to get monetized? You just need like 4,000 hours, 10,000 hours of watch time. And for some people, if you're consistently posting on YouTube, you can get monetized probably in about 3 months if you're consistently posting. If you want to get monetized quicker, do live streams because you need long watch hours in order to be monetized. 905. Oh my God, I appreciate that. 905. Thank you for everyone that's liking the live. Oh yeah, ambulances in the US are like $400. If you're gonna get an ambulance, you gotta pay $400. There's some people who will literally say, no, I don't need an ambulance. Yeah, I'm hurt, but I don't need an ambulance. And they'll literally just pay for an Uber or just find someone to drive to the hospital. Ambulances are very expensive in America. It's really sad. But the EMTs gotta get paid, doctors gotta get paid. You know what I mean? Like we pay our doctors the most compared to most of the world. It was $3K for the fucking ambulance plus your hospital visit. That's terrible. 1,100 watching, 907 likes. Luxar, you don't have to pay that, but it would be on your record. LOL, true. And Caddy took a lot of each paycheck. And last year when I filed a tax return, I still owed over $3K. That's disappointing. In New York City, ambulance costs $1,300 for a ride. Fucking terrible. $40 in Canada. If you have insurance, it's $300 if you don't. Damn. I don't pay my emergency room health bills. Is that bad? LOL. It's bad. But I mean, collections. I mean, if you have medical collections, you can dispute shit. You can like renegotiate your bill. But yeah, it'll be on your collections. But after a few years, it doesn't even matter anymore. My choice. Are you neurodivergent? I'm not really sure what that means. I'm gonna have to Google that afterwards. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask Chatisha because someone said I'm neurodivergent. I'm just gonna ask Chatisha. Hold on. Let me ask Chatisha. Hey Chatisha. I'm live on YouTube. Talk to my audience, please. One person asks, am I neurodivergent? Okay, I'm gonna just ask Chatisha what the fuck that shit mean. Who's Chatisha? Oh, you don't know who Chatisha is. Really? Chatisha. Okay, I forgot you're new to my channel, Alejandro. So, Alejandro, un momento, Alejandro. Chatisha is, como se dice en español, artificial inteligencia. And I ask her for shit sometimes.
Hey y'all, Chatisha here. Quick, clear answer for the live. Neurodivergent is an umbrella term. It just means someone's brain works differently from what society calls typical. That's it. It's not an insult, and it's not automatically a diagnosis. Examples people usually mean when they say neurodivergent: ADHD, autism, dyslexia, OCD, PTSD, sensory processing differences. Important part, being neurodivergent does not mean something is wrong. It means different wiring, often with strengths and challenges. A lot of creative, outspoken, hyper-aware, intuitive people get asked this because they notice patterns fast, speak directly, don't like fake rules, think independently, have strong boundaries. That alone does not mean someone is neurodivergent. Only a professional can diagnose anything, and nobody owes the internet a label. So if someone asks, open quote, "Are you neurodivergent?" close quote. A perfectly valid response is, open quote, it just means different thinking styles.
Okay. Thank you for the explanation, Chatisha. Wait, I'm sorry, what? Somebody said you got charged $300 for an ambulance and they didn't even do anything and you sent them away immediately? That's fucking crazy. How dare you two put a live on here before the live? I don't have any control of that, to be honest with you. I just turned on ads. That's it. It's so rude. I probably missed something good. It's okay. You can watch the playback. I'm gonna keep this live saved. Someone said no choice. Don't start this again. I find out. Do y'all like Chatisha? If you don't like Chatisha, just be like no. If you do, just say yes. Ask Chatisha how much in medical bills America owes. Let me see. What ask ChatGPT what name would it give itself if it named itself? So I let it just name itself. That's a good one. Let your ChatGPT name itself. Your Spanish is good. Muchas gracias, Ashley. ¿Qué tal? Entiendo poco español, pero necesito más práctica. Práctica y entiendo y aprendo español en música, en película, práctica español en Duolingo. I still need a lot of work. I just don't practice enough because I don't have anybody to practice with. Someone said, you don't know if he speaks Spanish, laugh my ass off. Alejandro is a very Spanish ass name. I've never met anyone in my life named Alejandro that does not speak Spanish. I mean, he might be a no sabo kid, like a kid that doesn't speak Spanish, or a person. Now, I'm not gonna say kid. I mean a person that don't speak Spanish. Someone said you could have just Googled it. I really, I didn't think about that. You're right. I really could just Google it. In Canada, y'all can't even keep doctors because the pay is so shit and they have to pay 40% in tax on top of it when they can easily go work anywhere in the world with their skills. That's fucking insane. Chatisha related to Sirisha, who's Siri's twin sister. Someone said, Trace, my roommate's nasty as fuck. One of them throws up in the kitchen sink the other day and no one ever cleans. How do I get through 4 months left on my lease? These girls are human. These girls are human roaches. I would say find somebody else to take over your lease. See if you can get your deposit back, and then just swap places. If you think you could thug it out, thug it out. But I would say honestly, just stay in your fucking room and self isolate. And the 4 months will go by really fast. Trust me. Spend a lot of your time at the library, at a home office, at a cafe, getting shit done, and you'll be fine. It'll go by fast. Do you have any tattoos? Yes, I do. Spanish was my first language. I learned to read and write fluent in English in around 5 years. 5 years you learn to read and write fluent English in around 5. That's fucking impressive. I'm currently learning Spanish. I learned Spanish from traveling to Colombia and Mexico consistently, and I've learned it from going to Spain. But oh my god, my Spanish is rusty as fuck. I really wish I was fluent. But I tried changing the language on my phone. Changing the language on your phone really helps when learning a new language. That's like an underrated hack. Erica Banks got arrested? What the fuck happened to her? Okay, so someone said, no, I don't like Chatisha. No, I don't like ChatGPT. Yes, yes. No, yes. No, it destroys the environment. Yes. I was watching an episode of Pop the Balloon, and I kept seeing women with BBLs. It's so normalized now. It is. Someone said, Troy's go to sleep. Haha. Okay, you're right. I should go to sleep. Oh, hablas muy bien. Oh, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. I'm glad you like my Spanish. Sounds like you're speaking Arabic, lol. Not at all. Canada does not have any good doctors. That's crazy. Oh, you want to learn Creole? Creole? Which type of Creole? Because you know what's so crazy about Creole is people don't know this, but there's like 10 different types of Creole because of the French colonialism. So what kind of Creole? You want to learn Creole from St. Lucia? Do you want to learn Creole from Dominica? Do you want to learn Creole from like Haiti? There's different types of Creole. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of Haitians and Dominicans and people from other parts of the world, they all understand each other if they speak some type of Creole because of like the colonialism thing. Sorry. Yeah, she said her roommates were human roaches. That's a good one. That is a good one. I'm gonna start using that. Human roaches. She had me dying with that. I've never heard anyone describe someone as a human roach. Set up a clean schedule with your roommates. That's good advice. 9:20. I appreciate that. Your favorite movie? My favorite movie is Set It Off and The Lovely Bones, and I cannot watch Lovely Bones again. I haven't seen it since I was young, but I don't want to watch Lovely Bones again. It fucked me up. I still think about it at least once a month. Mine is The Great Gatsby, Leonardo DiCaprio version. Even as a kid watching Making the Band, I could tell he wanted to sleep with Aubrey. It was obvious why he was picking on her to me anyways. Wow. I live in Rhode Island. Have you heard about the Brown University mass shooting today? I did. Really sad. Biggie from Baddies. She actually posted on her Instagram, and then I see it being reported all over YouTube. I see people doing live streams covering it. It's really sad. Do you have hair? Yes, I definitely have hair. I just don't show it. People think I have a receding hairline. It's not true. Assalamu alaikum and shalom to you all. I'm here. Alaikum salam. I'm surprised you didn't bring up Carisha. What is Carisha involved in? What's there to talk about from the City Girls? I'll do a quick Google search as some of these topics are giving me. Yeah, we m'kapale yon ti crass Creole about Pino, but yes, I can speak a little bit of French Creole. I can't speak it, but I understand it, and I'm trying to learn how all of them. I think Haitian Creole. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I know there's different types. Creole from St. Lucia because that's where my father is from, and Haiti as well. St. Lucia, that's amazing. You should definitely visit St. Lucia one day. Tu tabianes no so smoke a jungle. I'm not sure what the fuck you said, but I'm like, I think you're saying, do you like smoking a joint? Lovely Bones is such a sad movie. Yeah, Set It Off is great. Does Queen Latifah still act? I don't think so. I've been thinking of renting rooms when I live alone in a 3-bedroom apartment, but sometimes I remember that I hate people. Yeah, because sometimes you can live with somebody, but then you might get annoyed with them, like leaving shit lying around, peeing on your seat, touching things they shouldn't be touching, leaving their shoes on the floor, being dirty. Sometimes you just never know. Love my ass off. I understood what you said in Creole. That's awesome. That's my old cat's name. Haitian music is lit. I wish I was on it earlier. Okay. My laptop is at 5%. I'm gonna get the fuck on. Would you ever visit Nigeria? Yes, I would love to visit Nigeria. I'm gonna visit Abuja, which is the capital, and that's where all the rich Nigerians are with the money. And then I'm gonna take a bus to Lagos, Nigeria. That's what I want to do. So Nigeria's been on my list forever and ever, and I'm definitely gonna do it. It's been a while. I'm really shocked that over 1,000 people are still watching me to this minute, and I'm really shocked that over 1,500 people were in here locked in a pack. We talked about a lot of stuff. We went into a lot of details about stuff, and I'm glad a lot of y'all really enjoyed my feedback and my thoughts and everything. 932 likes is crazy. I'm happy that everybody liked it and enjoyed. Someone said my old roommate used to drink my lemonade, and it was so irritating. That's why you keep that shit in your fucking room. My husband, nice. Your husband's from Nigeria. I bet you have the best fucking food ever. Every Thanksgiving. I bet he go all out. Come to Broward/Dade. I was born in Florida, Tampa to be exact, and I grew up in Miami. Love you, fan of 7 years. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you so much. Montreal, I love that. You said it's 2 a.m. in Montreal. Let's see. Where I'm at in New York City, it's 2 a.m. In Los Angeles, it's 11 p.m. But I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Y'all take care. Australia's minimum wage is $25.95. Oh my fucking god, that's fucking crazy. And it's not even as expensive as New York or LA. You think you can cook an egg now? I live in a Dade county for a little bit. I'm in Kendall. Okay. Thank you guys for coming to this live. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Thanks for showing love. I'm happy everyone was able to engage in good dialogue, and I hope we had a lot of really amazing conversations that y'all could allocate and take back and process and think about. Shout out to everybody watching the playback. And please, if you're watching this live stream, watch the playback. I talked about a lot of stuff in here. Like, watch the playback. Like, come back. It was on here for 3 hours. It was a really amazing 3 hours, and I have a lot to say. So let me see. Yeah. So definitely come through again. I'll be back tomorrow because, again, like I said, daily uploads, and I'm not fucking playing. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please, y'all, leave a like before I get off of here. Leave a like. Leave a like. Thank you guys so much. And watch the playback. If you feel like you like to hear me as background noise and you enjoy just hearing me in the background, watch the playback. We talked about a lot of stuff, and I was just like shimmying through these topics like they were nothing. So yes, please watch, like, comment, subscribe again, like I said. And yeah, that's that. Enjoy this live. Y'all be safe out here. Good night. Get some sleep. Take care. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.